When I was level 40 during the race, my mom was like, come downstairs. You haven't left the house in like 3 days straight. And I'm like, Mom, I got like 6,000 viewers right now. I might be doing something crazy. Please. Seriously, she was pissed though. She was like ready for a speech. I'm like, give me 2 days. And then I can explain everything. So good thing I won, because then my parents were like, oh shit. This guy's like now in the newspaper.
The newspaper?
Yes, they doxed my name in the newspaper. It was news. It was like, one guy came up and was like, bro, you beat Asmongold. Like, that's what he said. I hit 60. The next day, I wake up. I left the house in like a week. I smelled like shit. My feet were dying. I was eating only 700 calories a day, bro. Physically, I was sick.
If you could go back, would you have done something differently?
The ninjaing of the item, it wasn't really that bad.
Camera is rolling. Joker, it's an honor to have you here tonight. Very excited to talk to you. You're one of the most friendliest person I ever met, and you've quickly become one of my favorite streamers this year. And I really mean that. You and your community, you guys are hilarious. And also, I do want to mention you're streaming for 10 hours straight, and you jumped into this podcast right after. Are you gonna have the energy to do this?
I think I'm gonna be fine. I like, you know, it's 10 hours of just dying to one boss in Elden Ring, so this is gonna feel a lot better than that. So I'm excited about it. Don't worry.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I spent like 2 days on Millennia too, because I was like just
really that makes me feel better. You're quite a good, you know, video game player, right? And
no, dude, like I'm just okay at I'm terrible at other games.
You're being humble. It's okay.
No. But the people that haven't met you, Joker, could you describe yourself to them, who you are?
I'm basically a WoW streamer for the most part. Been playing games most of my life. Always was, you know, obsessed with playing games. So yeah, I'm some guy from Malta. If you never heard of that, it's like a small island beneath Sicily in the Mediterranean. And yeah, just be playing games, streaming, you know, and trying to have a good time.
Cool. You're being way too humble, bro. I know all your achievements under your belt. You're like one of the most grindiest guys that I've met in my gaming career. And once upon a time, you had, was it 350,000 viewers watching you on the race?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, I do want to get into that topic, but let's start from the very beginning, from your story. What was your life like before you met WoW?
But you ask us like I met a person.
Well, this whole point is like, I know we're very good friends and we talked a lot, but I also want to share like all the good WoW creators to the public, because they might not know about you, right? And I interviewed Zar recently and people didn't know about his history, and I want to do this for the WoW boys. Like, they deserve some screen time, and you guys have been good. You guys have been loyal to the community, and yeah, I want to just push you guys up there so that people could get to know you guys, and when they play Classic Plus, or if there's like new audience, like they get to find out about all the cool guys. So eventually I would like to get like everyone down the line. I'll slowly get there, but yeah,
it's a good idea, Savix.
Yeah, I would love to hear your story before you met WoW, right? Which I don't know, by the way. I know a lot of your stories, but not this one.
I first like met WoW when I was like maybe 5, 6, or 7 years old.
Damn.
Basically, I was a little kid, and I used to go to my grandparents on Sunday, and we were like really religious family. So you go to church, and then after church, you go to your grandparents, have some coffee, you know, like biscuits, and you see right. And my uncle used to live there. He would be upstairs playing Warcraft 3, right? And I'm a little kid. I would go upstairs, and I was just like blown away. I mean, like, this is like early 2000s, but like, this looks insane. These games look incredible. And I would not really play them much, but I would watch, right? And then he started playing, like I said, vanilla WoW, right? And I was also obsessed just watching, but I didn't get to play it much. So that's kind of why I want to just brush over that real fast. After that, I kind of lived a normal, I guess, life, you know, going to school, playing Facebook games, right? You know, just hanging out with people. I didn't really do much. I was a normie, right? For the most part. Even though I was obsessed with games still, like I would play a lot of browser games. I'm sure you have like Flash games like Adventure Quest, you know, Mini Clip, right? You name it. Need for Speed, Need for Madness, what it was called, like this is a Flash game. Also, like Commando, whatever. Like play like normal Flash stuff. And then I had like these exams, which they're called O levels in Malta.
Mm.
I don't know what the equivalent in the US is of these. It's like kind of like almost like high school, but not really. And they were like important. So I was like
Okay.
studying for that, and I did well. I didn't fail any of them, which is great. And then my mom was like, "Okay, finally, I'm gonna give you what you want, which is World of Warcraft,
Oh,
right?"
wow.
And that was kind of like when everything changed.
I want to say, people might think you're memey and maybe like stupid because they see like streamers, oh, they're stupid because they're all out there
Yeah,
going extra. But I do feel like when you played OSRs, especially, you would really look into things and study things. And I was like, dude, this guy
yeah,
is pretty
I like
smart.
the part.
Yeah.
I like the theory crafting part of games. It
Mm.
really, I get fascinated by it. Kind of embarrassing. Like when I was young and I played a little bit of Dota 2, I had an app on my phone that would, how to explain this? Like it's like an offline app
Hmm.
because I didn't have 3G back then. And it would show every character in the game, all their stats. And I would study the stats of the characters. So I knew like how much movement speed and like
Yeah.
strength so that kind of stuff I've always I like numbers, I guess. I don't know,
Mm.
like I'm not as smart, just like numbers. So I'm just kind of used to it. And OSRS again was kind of like a game where there's a
Mhm.
lot of things like that with like drop rates and stuff, right?
That's cool. No, you're not the only one. I had a friend named Jason that had an app for League of Legends, and he would look at all the stats too and all the skins, and he would
Oh,
always show
so you know
me.
what I'm talking about then,
I
because
know
that's pretty
exactly what you're
weird.
talking about. I don't think that's
Okay, you get
weird.
it, you
I
get it.
think that's just
Oh, it's
like
an
a
offline
kid.
app, so
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just a kid growing up having fun in his hobbies, right? I was asking like,
yeah, that's what it
how are
is.
you in school? Were you like a good student, getting good grades, or?
Ooh, that's in the beginning I was kind of a good kid, getting good grades.
Mm.
In fact, I had this subject was called accounting, and I was second highest score, and we got like a bank internship because of that when I was like 12 years old. However,
Damn.
after that I started to become very, I don't know, I didn't really care as much, right? I was being more reckless, we're getting kicked out more of the class because you're looking
Mm.
at me right now, right? If you do this in
Yeah.
class, like what do you call it? Hang it on your chair. The
Yeah.
teacher be like, "Hey, you stand up for 1 hour now," or they kick you out of
They're
class.
like
So
that
I
in
was doing that a
Malta.
lot. Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
wow.
So I was good though the first 3 years of secondary school, and then the last 2 years not so good. But I never got expelled though, or what's it called? After school? You know what after
Do
school?
you,
Detention, right?
right, right. What do you think made you kind of steer away from the studies? Was it just not interesting? Something going in your life?
I mean, I didn't necessarily steer away.
Mm.
Like I did lock in for those O levels, like I said, and fail them, right? And that was a
Right.
lot of studying Savix. It was brutal. But before that, I'm not sure. I would just guess was
Okay.
I wasn't really distracted by much. I played this MOBA I was addicted to,
Mm.
but yeah, that was about it. That's all I was playing really.
Okay. Since we kind of
Yeah.
like steered from your childhood to getting into WoW, and I guess you didn't have a problem like paying your WoW subscription. Was your mom always covering that, or
Oh,
did you have any like stories to share? Kind of like that remote control kid. You know the remote
yeah,
control
I
kid,
got a little bit
right?
of something for that. Yeah. So here's what happened, right? So they gave me the game.
Uh-huh.
And first of all, I didn't know there's expansions, right? So I'm like, they buy me the battle chest. First of all, I buy the US battle chest by mistake, and I'm EU, so I had to like get it refunded, and they bought me a EU one. Like Blizzard set it up, right? With like customer support, and we're playing. I'm like having fun. I hit level 60, and I'm like, finally, I get to do Molten Core now. You know,
Mm.
I've been waiting to do Molten Core for like 10 years because I saw my uncle do it back then, right? Or like 8 years
Yeah.
ago, I guess will be. But turns out that's not how the game works. No one cares about Molten Core. Everybody's like level 85 now is Cataclysm. And then this dude explained to me, hey,
What?
you gotta buy the expansions. And I'm like, what? You gotta buy Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm. So I got my dad's credit card like a bad boy and I swiped it. And
Joker.
dude, I think he knew and he didn't say anything. But I didn't normally. That's the first time I ever did that, by the way.
That's a nice
Just saying.
dad.
Yeah, because I knew they wouldn't say because they were okay with spending 20 euros and
Mm.
then like the subscription, but this was another like 80 or something, right? For the two games.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then I kept playing and I got really addicted to the game. And after like 3 months, we were like, hey, no more WoW for you. We're going to cancel the subscription. So they canceled it. But then I just resubbed with my dad's saved payment. What's it called? Credentials. So
You're a
I stayed
bad
sub
boy.
illegally. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But eventually, the WoW token came out, and I started paying with the WoW token. So
Okay.
yeah, it was only for like a year.
How was your parents like?
My mom, I would say, was very strict. When it came
Hmm.
to gaming, she was like, "You're gonna end up like your uncle, who was like really into games, but
Does he still
he's
play?
like a dad." I don't think he does. He used to be like one of those people that plays in retail and levels every class to max level and then quits. Like zero
Ah,
dungeons, zero like giga casual, right? But I don't think he does anymore. No.
gotcha.
Like I asked him about classic. He's not really interested in classic.
Okay. What about your dad? Your mom was strict. Your dad.
My dad was like pretty busy and still is busy with work, but we got along well. I'd say I had a good relationship with my parents,
That's
right?
awesome to hear,
Overall. But yeah,
man.
my mom, she didn't want me to get like really addicted to games, She always tried to
But it
keep
worked
me
out.
playing less. Yeah, it did. I would say though, in my case, the
Hmm.
more my mom didn't want me to play games a lot, the more I wanted to play myself. So I didn't have a PC
Mm,
until I was 15 years old, Savix. My own PC. It was a family PC and a laptop, but it wasn't mine. So when I
gotcha.
finally had my own computer, it's like finally now I can, you know, let
Unleash
let out,
it.
unleash. Yeah, so I had this build up. you know,
Yeah. I feel like that's how it is for a lot of kids. When the parents says don't do it, like they want to like
I
try
think so.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's how I felt for me. Like if I probably had a lot of that stuff early, I would have maybe like eventually kind of grown out of it a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
want to
who
do other
knows?
stuff.
I mean, some people have PC at 5 and they're still playing all day, so it
That's
depends on the
true.
person, I guess.
What were your favorite moments in World of Warcraft?
I'd say getting 60 in classic,
Mm.
and then probably the first time we killed like a mythic boss in my retail WoW guild. Like
Mm.
those were always like really hype moments. We've been working on the boss for weeks. You have like 20 people. It's something about it that
Yeah.
again classic doesn't really like have that. I would say
Right.
because the bosses are a lot easier. But in back in retail, like back in like Wars of Draenor,
Yeah.
Miss Pandaria, Legion. That's when I raided a lot.
Mm.
I'd say those were really good feelings.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you're mentioning that because a lot of people think you just play classic and people are like, oh, classic players are bad. But you're actually like a gamer who's been clearing mythics and you do like hard
Yeah, I
content
used to
outside of
play a
other
lot
games. And
retail.
yeah, that's the reason why you're like up there. But let's go back to when you were talking about the classic race. Did you
Hmm?
plan that or did you just happen to be there at the right time?
It's a crazy story, man. So this goes back to January of that year,
Mm,
right? So it's about 8 months before.
8 months
And
before. Yeah.
back at the time, I was going to the gym like actively, right?
Okay.
And I was waiting at the bus stand after the gym,
Mm,
and it's kind of weird. Like I was bored, and
mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking. You imagine, you know what I'm talking about. Like you start like fantasizing,
Yeah.
right? And I fantasize of getting first 60 in classic, which by the way, at that point I was terrible at the game. No idea what level. I fantasized myself hitting 60 first and having a massive like viewership and then becoming a streamer. I know it's so weird to say this, but it just randomly happened in like January. But I didn't think much of it, right? So like
So
three
you're in a
months go
bus
by.
stop and you just randomly thought about winning and getting first.
I'm serious about this. I
Wait, did you
remember it
even
really
know
well. It was
Classic
like,
was coming out?
no, I did, of course. I was obsessed. I played private servers, right?
Okay. Did you play
But I was
Nostarius
really bad.
or
No, no. I heard about Noceros when it shut down. I don't know how, but that's how
how
it went
how did
down,
you
man.
get
Like Nos
so
got shut
good then?
down.
Because I know a lot of mages have ego and say, "Oh, we're really good at AOE
I can
farming,"
get
but
into that, yeah.
that's not that easy. Like I've tried it. And I'm a long ass WoW player, right? But I play like Red
It's
Paladin,
hard. It's
Rogues,
hard.
and Mage. Because in
Yeah.
especially in hardcore, a lot of people that have ego, they're like, "Oh, I could do this," and I've seen. I'm sure you saw it too.
It's hard, dude.
There's so
Yeah.
many mages that die doing it, but for you, for the people that don't know, this is in August 2019, and Joker was competing. I don't know if you planned it. We'll get into that, but he was
Yeah.
competing to become the world first leveler, and you played really well, man. Everyone was praying for your death, but you were playing so well, and people were
Wait,
fascinated
praying
by
for my
that.
death? You mean in real life
No, no, no,
or in game?
in game, so that
But
other
it
people
wasn't
could.
hardcore, so.
I know, but even if you die once or twice, like it
Oh, I
adds
see
up
what
the
you
time
mean.
so that other people could
Yeah,
pass you.
yeah.
Because there were a couple other mages that were trying to beat you, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't close though.
It wasn't good.
Like
You were just
it was like eight. I think it was 8 9 hours ahead of the second person, right? Which was 100 actually. Before that time, I'd played a little bit. For
Mm.
private servers, I played warrior, I think, and one time mage.
Okay.
And I remember I tried to AoE farm, but it was so hard. I kept dying all the time.
Yeah.
And second thing, there's no mobs. You go to an AoE spot, it's taken. You know what I mean? There's like 5 people there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this sucks. I don't get why people say it's good. Anyways, so a server comes out in April, I think. I'm at school at this time. Am I? Yeah, I am. So I'm in school.
Hmm.
So I don't know how this worked exactly. Actually, I remember now. So I was in school, I was in uni, and the server came out. Stayed awake. I played a little bit. Then I had to go to school, so I stopped at level 16. I was nowhere close to the highest level on the server. I was really bad, right? Come back from school, I play a little bit more, and there's a bunch of people ahead of me. But the server was pretty bad. So the highest level on the server, believe it or not, at the time was LMGD, right? You know who that is?
What? You met
Um,
LMGD there?
no, I met
Oh
him
my
on
god.
I met him on Chronos 2 way back, but I didn't know who he was. I just remember
Okay.
this Russian dude yapping about Dota 2. It was him. But that's completely, we never interacted really.
Right.
But moving along, so
Hmm.
I was watching his stream, him doing, he's highest level on the
But
server,
he's been
right?
streaming
He's
for a
like level
while.
38. Dude, he's been streaming like 2014 or something. He was a
What?
very big Dota streamer at some point, like actually, he told me.
Wow, I did not know this. I thought he like kind of came around later on in Wrath or something, but
No,
he's been
he's been
around,
around
huh?
longer than me,
Cool.
way longer, yeah.
No, he's good at the
So yeah,
game
at the
too.
time
He has knowledge.
yeah, he's insanely
Yeah,
good.
he's
He's
really good.
insanely good. Yeah. I mean, he's like 7K or something in Dota. Like that's insane, right?
Damn.
It's like it's well,
Yeah.
we're gassing him up a little bit, but he's very good. Anyways, so he's like the highest level on the server. He's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching his stream, trying to learn from like the best, right? And he was getting griefed by level 1 hackers that were like fly hacking control the AoE spot, and then obviously aggroing all the mobs and like messing with the pool. And the server was really bad. It was not popular. He quit. The guy below him quit. The next guy quit. Eventually, what happens? I'm the highest level because all the higher level guys quit and they were playing more and better, right?
Yeah.
So my dumbass, which again I have no experience really in speed leveling, ended up getting first 60 on the server, and I streamed it. I remember it was the first time I got Twitch Prime. Actually, I had like 100 viewers or something.
Wait, this is
Felt really good. Like
before the race happened. So you were
wait, but
playing on
this
a
is in
private
April.
server.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was I
Okay.
don't remember the name. Maybe
Uh-huh.
Elysium. It was like a bad server overall. Like not, it wasn't. Didn't
This is
have that much
cool.
hype,
I
right?
haven't heard about this part.
Let me tell you, it feels like first 60 on a server. Like first of all, everyone's whispering you grads. You have a lot of attention. You're like like you have access to all the AOE spots. It feels great. Like it's like, oh my god, I want to do this again. So
Yeah.
the next fresh that I knew about was in July.
Mm.
And I'm done with school at that point, right? Summer.
Yeah.
So I practiced for it. I practiced a lot. Server comes out. I'm doing really well on the highest level.
Mm.
And then there was LMGD and his friend from Apes, Tierra, right? Who's a really good player. He was,
Oh.
I think, first solo 70 in TBC Classic, right?
Yeah.
And these guys were a bit below me. I was like a level or two ahead. And normally, what you do as a mage, you go to this like AoE spot in wetlands and you kill these like gnolls, right?
Mhm.
Gnoll spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you get 22, you go there, it's yours. So I'm the highest level, I get it, right? Well, these guys had a different plan. They went there at 20 and they tag teamed each other to help to be able to do it, right?
Mm.
And bully me away. So then I had to do way worse spots all the
Mm.
time because they had the good spots and they were like kind of griefing me, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
managed to maintain a lead and I got first 60 on the server, which really fast, like 2 days, 17 hours played, which is the fastest I ever leveled, by the way.
Do you think you being like, I'm gonna call you nerd in a non-toxic way, but like nerding out on the Dota stats and all that, like, do you think that kind of like kicked in? You're probably like studying like areas, maybe where you
Oh
could
yeah.
pull more.
Oh, bro, I had my own private server, Savix, which is called
You had
a
your own
repack.
private server.
This is like a machinima thing, basically, right? And
Cool.
you would just tell it. I would just like GM fly and just scout all the zones. I would like look on Wowhead for every
Yeah.
possible
Yeah.
drop from mobs, and I found like this helmet that drops from a level
Yeah.
37 rare in a rotted game. Like I was into that, yeah.
Okay.
But that's fun, like coming out with routes and
Yeah,
stuff.
it
It was my
is.
favorite bit.
So
It's
I
so much
know
fun, man.
there's a lot of like I'm gonna call them ego players because there's a lot of ego players in Classic, and it's been 7 years
Yeah.
since 2019 release, right? And they're all gonna say like, "Oh, the spots are so easy. We all know them." But I feel like for you, it wasn't like really super figured out, like a little bit, right? Because private
Yeah.
server's been around, but at the same time, it wasn't really popular. And to this day, I still see like mages practicing and trying to get better at
Oh yeah.
farming.
Like
So
I'm
it's like
absolute
you,
trash if I don't try, like
uh-huh.
I don't have a chance against people now. You have to learn the new strategies. That's what it is, you
Yeah,
know?
but if we go back, like you were one of those first guys studying it in that server and all that. That's cool to hear,
Oh
man.
yeah. Because the thing is people knew the spots, but the way you do the pulls is
Mm,
the technique.
yeah.
So like you find ways to do more efficient pulls, and then like between respawns you go do something else, and that's where like it gets a lot better, right?
Hmm.
And even what I did was not the ceiling. Now it would be considered like not even that good, but at the time it was
Yeah.
good, you know?
I
Yeah,
would compare that to if you're familiar with WoW PvP montages back in 2004, 2006 ish.
yeah,
Like they were
yeah.
like god mode when I watched it, but when I watch it back, it's like, oh, they're making a lot of mistake. But at the time, it's not figured out. So I do think you should get some credit, and you've probably inspired a lot of mages to do this. I think
Definitely,
I
yeah.
could name a handful that got inspired by like you getting first. So like, damn, I want to be that too.
Yeah.
And you created a lot of
I
new
can give a shout out
jokers.
to somebody like
Sure.
Tommy Salami. I remember him studying my route and then improving on it and then just making it way better. And he has like the world record. He hit level 60 in 48 hours only.
Yeah,
That's
I
two
was gonna
days
say
flat.
his name, but yeah, you beat me to
Yeah.
it.
So it's cool to see people like look at that and then like take it to the next level, right?
Hmm.
It's nice.
Going back to the competition, did you know you were gonna win from the start, or did you like have a little bit of worriness about
No,
competition here and there?
I did not know I was gonna win. I mean, there's so much luck involved, right? With
Uh-huh.
not having queues. So
Oh, that's
here's like
true
a
too.
crazy luck moment. So I go to sleep after staying awake for let's say like 43 hours. It was ridiculous. I eat a massive bowl of pasta, right? So I
Uh-huh.
get like food coma. I was
Yeah.
barely eating. And I go to sleep. I set an alarm for 6.5 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I wake up early after 6, like without the alarm. And I was like, wait, why is the room so bright? And mind you, when I went to sleep, there was a 7 hour queue. So I made the alarm half a minute before the queue, in case half an hour, right? I wake up, the room is bright. It's bright because I'm on my character screen and it's like Doom Moreau background. And apparently the queue went faster. If I woke up on time, I would have been kicked out into a 7 hour queue.
Oh
Think about
wow.
that. That's
Dude.
enough to like lose. So there's a lot of RNG and luck that happened. Like if I had to try it again with what I know, it's very easy for it to not happen because of just a couple of variables like that. I lost my
Damn.
internet like 8 times, by the way, but it wasn't enough to get out of the queue. There was like good luck production or bad luck
That's
production was called.
crazy.
And here's what I want to say real fast. There was another player that I say was on my level, maybe even better.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Kenny Marsh. He's a progress player,
Mm-hmm.
and he was ahead of me at level 10. Had like mob taggers and stuff. And I think he got kicked out of the game into an 8 hour queue. Basically, lost the race just because of that. He might have won easily. He wasn't meted in the event in Las Vegas. He
Damn.
was their guy. They scouted him. They knew how good he was. But again, he got unlucky, and that's probably why he lost. I mean, if he didn't get kicked, DC'd. I remember him joining my chat, Savix. I'm level 10, crying, not crying, like cry emoji, right? It's like, dude, I
Yeah.
just got DC. He knew like it's over. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that
things
that
like this
hurts. That
matter,
hurts.
right?
I know how
There's
that
luck.
DC
You have to be
feels.
good and be lucky.
Yeah. You
For
kind of
sure.
had a vision. You think like your religion like came into play here? You just had a random vision
No,
on your
dude,
bus
I haven't been
stop.
to church since I was 15, Savix. I
Yeah,
don't
but
do that
maybe
anymore.
that like your parents prayed so hard for you that it's like stayed in
Yeah,
because
they
so
were.
far.
No, I don't think. No, 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 bro. They were not praying. In fact, when I was level 40 during the race, my mom was like, "Come downstairs. You haven't left the house in like 3 days straight." And I'm like, "Mom, I got like 6,000 viewers right now. I might be doing something
Oh
crazy.
my
Please."
god.
Seriously, she was pissed though. She was like ready for a speech. I'm like, "Give me 2 days, and then I can explain everything." So good thing I won, because then my parents were like, "Oh shit, this
Right
guy's
after
like
you
now in the
told them that,
newspaper."
were they supportive of you?
No, yeah, they did. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd say
okay,
now they're very supportive, but at the time they didn't understand what's going on.
okay.
I
Wait,
didn't
go
tell
back.
them,
You said
"Hey,
you're on
listen,
the
I'm gonna be in my
newspaper.
room." Yes, they doxed my name in the newspaper. Savix, I mean, like, bro, I'll tell you this. This is like an ego thing, but like, I can't explain
No,
how
no, no, no.
crazy this
I
was
want
in life.
the whole audience to
This
know. Like you've told me
this
about
was
your ego
crazy.
arc, but you've come down, man. Like even you
Yeah, yeah.
mentioning other people that could have won and name dropping them too, that's very humble because I know a lot of streamers,
I think I've done that before, but people don't know about
they
it, I
just don't
guess.
know
But
about it,
yeah,
right? I
yeah,
think you
yeah.
have like an
Nah, I have a
image
lot of
of
respect for
that.
those guys.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome that you mention all of these because there are other creators or streamers or like fighters that I know. They don't mention like who helped them grow or who was like
Yeah.
their competitors, and they just say like, "Oh, I'm the best. Nobody mattered." But dude, that's I like that. I like you saying all of this.
Like shout out as well to Shrews. He was someone on YouTube that made what's it called, speed leveling videos, like 1 to 10. And I remember I found his 1 to 10 video, which was a 1 hour and 25 minutes for level 10.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 1 to 10 over and over again until I beat his time. And you eventually beat it. But like that's
Damn.
kind of like motivation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that, it really helped. It was fun. Like that was the fun part of the game. It's just like trying to beat a timer. But I was gonna say something earlier. This is kind of crazy. I hit 60. The next day, I wake up. My mom is like, "Okay, you and me are going to the mall to do shopping. All right, you
Mhm.
haven't left the house in like a week. I smell like shit. My feet were dying. I felt really bad, Savage. Like physically, I was sick. I was
No,
eating only
yeah.
700 calories a day, bro.
Oh my
So I
god.
don't. So I'm so hungry that I can't sleep. It was bad. It was really really bad.
Yeah.
So I go to the mall, and I think my aunt was there, like my niece, not my niece, what's it called, my cousin, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
We're in this like place called Cafe Cuba. It's like a restaurant,
Mhm.
whatever. Sitting there, blah blah blah, eating, and there's a table of teenagers or like 19-year-olds, whatever,
Mhm.
behind us, and they're just talking about what I did randomly. They were like, "Yo, this is some guy that did this in this game." It was news. It was like
Yeah.
someone in Malta. Like one guy came up to me and was like, "Bro, you beat Asmongold." Like that's what he said.
Because
I'm not
Aspen
even
was the biggest
trolling.
guy at the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's like like. So yeah, my ego was really inflated from all this stuff. It now is way down from that, right? But I had like a moment, I guess, of like,
Mm.
I mean, you go from being a complete nobody to a bunch of people like. But what I learned is there were a lot of people that were interested in me, but they were like cloud chasers, right?
Mm.
Like, and once like all the hype went away, those people went away, and now it's like reasonable, I guess.
Mm.
So it was crazy for a while, like for a few weeks.
I gotta say it again, 350,000 viewers. And if you played back in the relaunch and you watched like stream or YouTube, if you're a classic player, they've heard of your name. Because I remember Peyo complaining to me like everyone in my chat is talking about Joker D, and all my chat was talking about Joker D. Everyone's chat
Oh
was talking
yeah,
about you, right? And it was like everybody knew you because you were the first one to get to 60. And this has been a long waited game for classic players. So it was a big thing for
it
MMO
was.
community.
Yeah.
And I think you having that ego at the time is completely reasonable. And did your life like completely change after that, or did it just
It did. I mean, I ended up dropping out of university. I was on my
mm,
final year, pursue full time streaming because I mean it was ridiculous money compared to my old job. My old job I made 700. It would be like $900 a month, right?
mm,
So I was like, this is like a crazy opportunity for me.
yeah,
So I took it. I did a lot of traveling. I went to the US for like 6 weeks or something for
mm,
BlizzCon and TwitchCon.
yeah.
So yeah, my life did change. Yeah, that's like a era like before, after. You know,
How did your family react?
my dad really liked it. Like he was like watching my streams and stuff like that. Like he was following the career, and
Really? That's
yeah,
so
they were
sweet.
both very supportive. Yeah, they both liked it.
That's really cool.
I don't think they liked as much that when I was living there and like talking, streaming at like 2 in the morning. In fact, in
Uh
like the famous like Ninja Loot, I was like whispering because it was like 4:30 a.m. because my dad would like wake up and start screaming. He's like, "Hey, go to like, I'm trying to sleep here." They like to sleep on the couch instead of like in their room because
yeah.
back then they had no AC and it's way cooler downstairs,
Mm.
right? So they would be sleeping on the couch and there's no like how do you get it, like soundproofing. So
Mm, mm, mm.
they would literally hear what I'm saying. So yeah, that's why I ended up moving out. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not really possible to be streaming a bit like in a show like a podcast at 2 a.m. and I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? But This actually happened a lot.
Really? Damn it,
Yeah.
man.
And it was bad content because like you want to be on a show, you want to perform a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like on a podcast. It's like Raj Patel podcast, if you know what that was, the
Yeah.
Austin show. And yeah, be like,
I can't
be
even
like doing
hear you,
thumbs up, you know.
bro.
They would hear my dad would hear me whispering. It was insane.
Bro, what?
I'm not trolling. So he would. This happened before streaming. He would somehow hear me whispering when I'm playing with other people. Like how? I don't know. His ears, man. He's like 200%. I don't know. It drove me crazy, man.
That's
Legit.
so crazy. Yeah, he sounded
It's-
like he had some sensitive ears. At the same
He
time,
was very
yeah.
sensitive ears, man.
Yeah. With all the success at the time, if you could go back, would you have done something differently?
Maybe the molten core incident, the whole ninja loot thing, like the ninjaing of the item, it wasn't really that bad. If you were in the raid, it was like a lot of context missing.
Let's talk about that because I do think you're very misunderstood in that.
I mean, it was bad, but I can explain kind of what happened real fast. So,
Sure.
and I was farming Meridon, not like Meridon boost. You would just kill these like rock mobs back then. No one
Yeah.
knew about the boost, right? It didn't
Yeah.
exist yet. So
Yeah,
just
it
kill
did
these rock
not.
mobs. And I had a really good stream. Because at the time I had like lost most of my Hive viewers. Like I was like not a consistent streamer. I just came back from the US. I lost most of my viewers, right? Because like, oh, now you're streaming this time zone again. So I'm like, holy shit, finally I have a stream where I have a bit of an audience. I feel like I'm back on my feet a little bit. And I'm like a little tired. It's like 10 a.m. at 10 p.m.
Mhm.
And someone, or I don't know whose idea it was, maybe mine. Hey man, you should make a molten core pug. Now, you know I was playing on Ferlina, right? So
Yeah.
10 p.m. my time would be, I think it was East Coast server. It'd be 4 p.m. there, right? So I'm like, screw it, let's do it. But I can't find anyone. It was kind of hard to fill the raid. So I spent like 2 hours filling this raid. Finally fill it. I have no idea how to raid lead, by the way. I was terrible. I never done a raid before like that.
Yeah.
But Molten Core is easy. So we
Yeah.
go Molten Core. I'm like, guys, let's use the in-game voice chat. And not everyone joined, and there were like people trolling. It was like a content raid, literally like a demon run. Savix.
Yeah,
It
it's a
was
demon
textbook.
run.
But like demon runs before demon runs were a thing.
Explain what demon run is for the audience because they might not know.
Okay, I got you guys. So a demon run is when there's a bad raid. It's like there's a bad raid leader or bad players. It doesn't go as planned. You don't clear all the bosses or like there's something bad going on. It's like it's like a circus show, right? But this was not a planned demon run. So us streamers nowadays we actually do this purposely because it's content. But back then
I don't know
think,
how you guys do that. I get like
I mean,
sick
I know
doing it.
Guzu does it for sure. For
I know
content,
Guzu loves
right?
that.
But like back then, again, Sammy, this is 2019. No one did this. I assure you, no one did demon runs. Right? I didn't know about the demon run man until way later. If I could go back in time, I would make demon runs, bro. That would be insane content. I kind of wish I did it. But anyway, so I make a by mistake demon run, right? And we're wiping on Bergen 3 times to living bomb. Like it was so bad, man.
Yeah.
Wiping on 1 core hound. We had a mage spamming arcane missiles as his like main button rotation, getting feared by it was so bad. But I was also really bad. I didn't know how to raid lead, right? And then we get a golem mag after like 4 hours, by the way. It's 4:30 a.m. and we're on golem mag. And then this like staff drops, and I'm like looking at this. I'm like, this is like an insane item. Like, holy shit, I've never seen it before, right?
Yeah.
And at the time, I had the auction house staff that has no spell power. It's like a nature resistance one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this could be good, but I'm not gonna take it, right? Because it's mess. I never ninja it before, right? It's really bad.
Yeah,
And then my whole chat is like, yo, take it, bro. You deserve it. Do it. I'm like, no. Like, yeah. And then someone's like, I'll give you 50 subs if you take it. I'm like, And then one of the viewers who was also in the raid on the voice chat, he's like, if you do that, I'm gonna say something that you can't say, right, on Twitch. And I'm like, oh, really, bro? He's like, how do you say?
Taunting you in a way.
Taunting me. And I fall for it, bro. I leave the call and I take the item and equip it. Bad decision, right? Here's where it gets bad. So all of a sudden, the reaction of the raid is obviously bad. It's like, this guy just took an item. And then the chat as well went from like, take it, to like, yo, what's wrong with you? What the hell? You're so bad. And I get mad because all of a sudden I'm dealing with, how do you say, hate versus like glories. Like this is my first moments of stream, I'd say, where there was a really 180, not 180. This is I'm used to it now, but like back then I was like, wow,
you're new to it,
this is my. What do? I say the big speech And that is the speech that caused this to become a big drama, I think. If that wasn't for that speech, I don't think people would have cared.
Yeah, if it wasn't
But
for
it's
that
the
speech,
ego
I think
trip.
so. I think so.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But when I replay, that's what happened. Like that was the scenario. It's my fault, obviously.
Yeah.
But I also like felt really bad about the situation. But at the end of the day, I learned from it. I learned that like, hey, you can't just like do things for content, even though that's not what I was trying to do. A lot of people think I did it on purpose for views or something. I
Yeah, yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
right?
I
But
don't think you
that's what
did
it looks
either.
like.
That's what I meant by like the misunderstand.
No,
Because
that wasn't planned, dude. That
yeah,
was random. It's
yeah.
random.
And if I could define the demon raid again, it's like before the reset on a Monday, you gather all the scraps and you just go with that. And these guys are not even geared, and it's just a miserable
Oh, it
run.
was terrible. It was a
And
terrible
they're
run, bro.
there just to like leech off of like the leader, right? In a way. It's a
Yeah.
rough show. It's a really rough show, and yeah, I don't think what you did was justifiable. But at the same time, you were kind of new to the
No,
scene,
no.
and I know so many like WoW players do that, but not all of them stream, so it's not shown. But a lot of WoW players do that, not knowing, and then from the reaction they get, oh, they're like, "Oh shoot, I should never do this in the WoW culture,"
Yeah.
right?
I'm not trying to like justify. I was just explaining the
Yeah,
scenario,
no, no,
right? Because
no,
like
yeah.
I'd never done that. I'd never done it again.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely learned a lot from that. It's like, hey, you gotta be careful, obviously, and yeah, you can't just like obviously ninja loot, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I
worse.
mean,
I've seen streamers that have like a notepad of the soft reserve before the soft reserve sheets were out, and when they killed the
dude,
boss, and yeah, I don't want to say the name, but they would
I
alt
know what you're talking
tab,
about.
delete the
Yeah,
item, and switch it back, and I was like, bro, these guys are putting a
dude,
raid
I saw
for
that
their
like they swapped
people.
the software to the item that actually dropped after the boss dropped it. So
Yeah,
like
it's like
it's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty bad. I've seen worse. And I want to mention like Shobek's case too. I don't think Shobek's case was that bad. Like people
I don't
were
think it was that bad. Like people gave me shit for like kind of semi defending him, saying like, "Oh, he knows what he's doing." I think he was just dumb.
I've talked to him.
Yeah.
I thought I used to not like him because he called me out saying, "Oh, Guzu and Savix are washed. I'm gonna
Really?
beat them in the Rogue tournament, right?" That's why I joined that
Oh,
Makura
really?
tournament.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
and then Guzu hyped me up, and then Guzu dipped out because it was like so much at stake and so much stress. I talked about it with Sony the other day, and we had 1 month frame to get the best gear possible and duel to the death, and we had to grind for like medicine pouch, get all the 0.5 gear, not die once, and get every single item in the game basically, right? And we had
Oh,
every
it was so
engineering.
hardcore.
It was a hardcore Makura tournament, yeah.
Oh,
And
you talk about the level 60
yeah,
Magura.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
That was
that
a
was
tournament
insane. Yeah.
Shobek called me out on. But I think Shobek is just a fun guy that thinks everyone's his friend, and he just says things as like a banter is how I
Yeah.
understand him now. And that ninja looting
I
thing
don't think he
too,
means bad, Showback,
yeah,
like I
he's
don't think
not
he
a
means
bad
bad.
person. Like I've talked with, and then when I saw him in
No.
BlizzCon, he like immediately apologized and said I didn't mean anything bad, and I was oh, this guy's he's
Okay.
a good guy. But yeah, I know some people really dislike him and stuff, but I don't think he's a bad guy. However,
No,
going
no, no.
back, would you like to close out on the story right there you told about the staff and
I mean, that was pretty much it, right? Like, I never really apologized, I guess, which also was pretty bad. The weird thing about that was it happened, and then I was like joking about it on Discord, and with some of my viewers, like, yo, someone should make a video about this. It was kind of funny how it happened.
Mhm.
And I went to sleep, and I wake up apparently suspended from my org, and this whole thing blew up. But I didn't expect that, right? I That was kind of the weird. It's like I did something bad, but I didn't really realize it at the time
Yeah,
that what
yeah.
I did. And then when I was met with the consequences of it, I was like kind of shook about it, right?
Mhm.
I literally thought some people overreacted, like with the whole like Reddit witch hunt, like getting death threats on my like photos and stuff. I was like, what the
Mm.
hell, right? And I really created a little bit of an audience at that point. So I didn't really apologize, but I didn't like double down on it. I was like, yeah, like it is what it is. Some people are always gonna be like, "Yo, this guy he's a bad guy," but it is what it is. There wasn't much more that happened. It was news for like a few days. Actually, it was going to DreamHack. Everything planned, hotel paid, flights paid, and they canceled it because of it. And then because of that, I ranked to 14 because I could do it. I was not traveling anymore.
Mm.
So it's
I
kind of
remember
like
that. There was a time where we all got rank 14 and you were walking out of ZG. I
yeah, you
saw
told me
you and I
this.
was like, oh my god, I want to kill this guy. He's like the best mage is what everyone called it. I wanted to fight you so bad, but you were on your mecha strider.
I was so bad at PvP,
You
by
were
the way.
just
You probably would
zooming
have
out,
kicked
and
my
I was like,
ass.
motherfucker. I even like
I
distracted
would
you
just
twice.
avoid anyone, man.
Oh my goodness.
You ranked to 14 as well, right?
Yeah, I did. Dude, that was hard. I would never do that ever again.
Never. And as soon as we did it, COVID happens. We can
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
leave the house and we can't.
I know.
It was the worst
It
timing.
was terrible. It was
And then the people that ranked after, they're like Corona rankers. They didn't know how hard we had it, you know? Dude, you're forced to stay home. You got left off of your job. What else are you going to do? You're going to rank. You know, it's different.
You're actually right on that. I forgot. A lot of the viewers did come in and say, dude, I got rank 14 because I didn't have to go to my job. And a lot of them got to enjoy WoW.
We sacrificed ourselves, dude, playing 21 hours a day.
That was so
we
bad.
were dumb. I would never do it again.
I would
Savix.
never
Like,
do it. Yeah. It was 3 months straight of me eating like 700 calories, like you said. I was getting like all sorts of body issues. It was bad.
Oh, really? You were like...
You know how
like
the Horde
actually
was.
undereating.
Horde was bad. Because Alliance, you guys
You had
bracket
it way
stack.
worse than me,
We
yeah.
didn't bracket stack. It was so
Oh, I want to tell you this about the rank 14. So it was like the last 2 weeks,
bad.
and somebody broke brackets by mistake on the lines. But I don't really cap, so I went to sleep, and I get a phone call from someone from Virginia, US, you know? And this guy wakes me up like, yo, Joker, Foss, you need 50k honor before like this many hours, or you're gonna lose your bracket 1, and then you gotta rank another week. And he saved my ass. He got the phone number from an IRL friend of mine who was a moderator. And that guy gave my phone number, and then he called me and woke me up.
Bro, you have like God by your side. I think you're getting like saved.
Dude, that guy saved me. This one guy, yeah, and I don't remember his name, which I feel really bad about. But he was a homie, you know. He was in Vampire Clan. You know,
oh my, Vampire Clan. Those guys were good, but they were toxic.
Dude, they were everyone that got rank what's called rank 14. They were all Vampire Clan and me, but I wasn't with them. We were cool, but we weren't like cool like that. I was not in that.
Yeah. If I was Alliance, I think they would have been cool to me, but I was Horde, so I had like 2-3 rogues that chased me every single day, and they used perception, and we didn't have limiting action potion, and I would get stream sniped every day, and I was like, okay, I can't PvP anymore.
Dude, I hated PvP servers, man. You sniped all the time. Like back then, you had word buffs without booning them. I would cancel a stream because I lose my word buffs, so I had to go get them again, man.
Oh my god.
It was so bad. Why did I do this? Savix, if I could go back in time, I would literally not rank 14. I would not Yonka staff, and I would just make demon raids. That would be better content and it would not be like you wouldn't ruin your life.
You know who figured that out early? I think it was Asmin Gold. He just made viewer raids, demon raids all the time, and just farmed that.
Also, kind of Peo, right? Like Peo never did the whole rank 14 thing. He just kind of like played a lot.
Yeah, he just had fun. Oh man.
Yeah, rank 14 was bait, man. And like speed running and raids, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I made some good memories, but it was just very sweaty. I don't know you know much about speed running back in Classic. You could like scout raids, like scout perfect mobs, and would hold an ID for like a whole week because we have the lowest amount of mind slayers in AQ40 that like MC people and like fear everybody. And then someone from Horde somehow hijacked our ID and was like, yo, Joker, log in, I gotta trade you something. I was in the raid with full werebuffs. If you logged in, he would pull Oro and teleport you to Oro and one-shot you. It was ridiculous. Like, there was so much shenanigans and hatred between guilds because they're rivals in speedrunning. There was a lot of layers of drama. But I think it was cool that it's stories that we got from it. Would I want to do it again? No way.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad that it happened because I can talk to people about it, you know? That was 2019 Classic. It was an experience, man. You know?
It was fun. Do you think you would do this again for a future expansion of like Classic version?
I think I'm gonna go very hard in Classic. Maybe we're first 60 hard, maybe not, but I'll play a lot. Will I be degenning like rank 14? No way.
Okay.
I don't think I have that in me.
Would you go for world first again though, like leveling?
I'm gonna try, probably.
You're gonna try.
Like, I'm not gonna go 100%, but like I'm gonna degen. I'm gonna play like till I hit 60, maybe sleep 2 times.
Oh,
max.
dude, you still got it in you. I thought you would have said I've done it already. I don't want it, but wow, you still got it.
I'm washed, but like I can still stay awake a long time. I mean, I did it with RuneScape.
You're not washed at all, dude. You just did a 10-hour stream and you're in this podcast right now. I don't even know how you're talking. I'd be so tired. I would not be articulate at all.
Bro, 10 hours of dying to the same boss. It's so.
Yeah. Well, I also want to add in, like, I know people might think, oh, he's just playing a video game for 10 hours. It is, but at the same time, when you're streaming and you're on camera and you're presenting yourself and you're talking
Yeah.
and you're like putting the
I don't think
energy
people
in,
get it though. Yeah.
it gets
It's
tiring.
fine.
Yeah.
I was like that when I was a viewer and I
Yeah,
never
I
streamed.
was
I was
like
like,
that too.
dude, privileged job. But like when you do it, it's like, oh shit.
No, it's
It's
a
the
good
talking,
job.
I think.
I don't want like people to misunderstand.
Yeah,
It's an
good. It's good.
amazing job, but it's your own business. You gotta stay on track.
Yeah.
You gotta plan out things. If you don't, you fail. Like there's so many streamers trying to come up,
I'll
you
say
know?
this: if you're streaming without a cam and you don't talk a lot, it's probably not that bad. But
It's
if you have a
not.
cam and you're yapping, it's like a bit more draining, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
But if you're having fun, the time flies. Like I'm having a lot of fun with Elden Ring, even though I
Yeah.
die for like 10 hours. It's still like, oh my god, it's like 8 p.m. You know, like so that means it's good. You know?
Yeah. It's an amazing.
Yeah.
I love streaming too. I don't want to make it sound like it's like super
Yeah.
hard, but there are some sides to it,
Yeah.
you know. Talking about streaming, were you ever like close to quitting? Were there any like hard times in your life?
Yeah. Yeah. There were a couple.
Okay.
I think the biggest one I had was around COVID. I took a break from Classic
Mm.
and I went playing Race of War first in retail WoW. I was in a guild called Pieces, and it was okay, but once the race was over, it is really bad content. Just repeating the same raid over and over
Oh
again,
yeah.
and it's nerfed, and it's believe me, like we always joke about how boring classic raids are. From my experience, from a Twitch perspective, streaming farm raids in retail is probably some of the worst content ever. Like
Mm.
it's really bad. So it's like, dude, I'm just doing Torghast and Shadowlands, and then like doing farm raids. I was like, this is awful. Like I was literally, I think I had a month where I made $800.
Mm.
Like that's less than what I made with my old shit job. Right? So
Yeah.
it's like this is not going good. But then TBC happened, and TBC kind of saved my ass, honestly. So there's been a few moments where like, yeah, this is going pretty bad, but I think that's how streaming goes, right, Savix? So you have some highs, you have some
Yeah. You
lows,
have some
right?
highs, you
Like
have some
it's kind of
lows.
hard. And again, I don't want to complain about jobs and stuff, but it is a bit of a mental job, right?
Oh,
Because
dude.
it's imagine you have a store open and no one shows up to your store. It doesn't feel good, right? Or
Yeah.
you open your store, and there's like a bunch of people. That's kind of how streaming goes.
That's
Like
a
some
fantastic
months are like
analogy. I
great,
love that.
and then other months are really bad. And I think the best streamers are the people that make it through all the months, right? So like you can't just give up. Maybe you take a small break, but
Yeah.
you know you gotta hope that the better times come,
I'm
right?
sure a lot of
So
people have tried streaming. I mean, it's like 2026, almost everyone has kind of tried streaming, but I think they would know
yeah,
how difficult it is to grind up for viewers. And if you don't get enough viewers or you're not, it feels like your time is not being well spent. Like it gets to your mind, like it gets to your head, you know?
yeah.
So
It's a scary number to look at. I normally hide it when I'm streaming because it is
that's the
yeah,
best thing ever. I hide it too. Because I
yeah.
want to treat it the same and give it the same energy as if it would be
Exactly. That's what
2,000 or
happens. If you
1,000,
have
yeah.
less, then you give less energy, and
Yeah.
then it's gonna make it worse. And if you have a lot, then you're gonna act differently, and then you make it worse. So it's better just kind of be yourself
Yeah.
and just have fun. And I hope that people enjoy it.
I think that is a common mistake smaller viewers make. Just treat it like you're recording a YouTube video and use that as a YouTube video at the same
Yeah,
time talk to the audience. If there's no one, just talk about the game and someone's gonna start typing and find it entertaining, right?
you gotta talk to yourself, basically.
Yeah. Dude, you're a professional talker, by the way. You're good.
Yeah, below. Yeah.
You're good at yapping. I feel like you could talk about anything and make it entertaining. You're good at that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're good at it. If you had a wish list for Classic Plus, what
Okay.
would be your top 3? Like you can make your dream WoW. What is the top 3 things you think that are most important to add?
One thing I really would like to see in Classic Plus is instead of them adopting an expansion model where every few years they add increased levels and old gear and content becomes kind of invalidated, vertical progression, that changes to, hey, we're not going to add more expansions. Instead, we're going to keep adding content in the existing game that doesn't necessarily invalidate the old content and kind of make a smoother power creep, right?
Hmm.
Similar to OSRS. So that'd be crazy nice if they don't do expansions and they just have like here's a game that just keeps adding more zones, adding more raids, dungeons. Yeah, eventually the old ones maybe become a bit obsolete, but it wouldn't be like, oh, here's like Burning Crusade. Now you're in Outland.
Hmm.
So that would be great. I'd say by far my favorite thing. Number two, I think just kind of like general more dungeons, new zones, right?
Hmm.
New raids,
Hmm.
maybe a couple races, more race class combos, or stuff like just like new, right? Like
Hmm.
it's classic, but like we don't know everything about the stuff, right? It's actually exciting new content. And then probably my last one, I would say, is a bit of an emphasis on challenging solo content in the game.
Oh, dude,
And I
everything
know
you
me,
said
and
so good.
yeah, I know you like this a lot. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with playing like now Elden Ring and then OSRS is there is so much challenging solo content. I
Yeah.
understand it's an MMO, but that stuff can still exist,
Yeah.
and it did exist a little bit in SOD, right, with some class quests and stuff like that. So that'd be really cool. And an honorable mention is an emphasis on collecting. Something I like in retail was you have a lot of collecting you can do, which
Mm.
adds replayability,
Yeah.
but maybe not in the form of microtransactions and limited
Of
time
course
events.
not.
Just
Of
have it
course
be
not.
like, here's a massive grind, bro. You can do to get this mount or get this like, achievement, whatever, right? Like that'd
Yeah.
be really, really nice. Yeah.
Dude, you should be the
So,
dev. Holy moly. You're
dude,
cooking.
I mean, I'm going BlizzCon, bro. I'm really excited. I mean, I don't know anything like legit, right? Like, so I'm gonna be like a little kid, like, oh my god. Hopefully, it's gonna be good. Whatever they're working on.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love everything you said. That was real. I'm pretty sure everyone in the audience would like that too. Maybe some people, because everyone has like a different idea of Classic
Oh,
Plus, right? But
dude, that's the thing with Classic Plus. You ask like 20 people to get like 40 answers, right? And
yeah.
even me, I don't see eye to eye with everybody. For example, I'm not a big fan of maybe adding new classes because I do
Mhm.
feel like it changes. It's very hard to balance.
Yeah.
But then again, I want to be mad if there are new classes, right?
Right.
It's like, and same with transmog. I don't really have a massive issue with transmog if there's a
Mhm.
way to toggle it off. So let's say
Mm.
it's a button, you hit that button, you don't see any transmog.
Yeah.
Somebody likes transmog, they have it, right? Like again, I'm not gonna be mad if that happens or doesn't happen. Like, what's a deal breaker for you, Savix? What would be something in Classic Plus that you would like absolutely not want to see,
I
and
would be
it's
pissed
like really, really
off
bad.
if they're given this chance to remake it, right? But
Hmm.
if they don't make it replayable, it's kind of like I was trying to make my partner at the time, my fiance now, but I was trying to introduce her to retail WoW, and we were like leveling up, and I was like, dude, so much have changed. Do I talk to Chromie to go back in the time, or do I just skip to this place? And
Oh
it's like,
yeah,
because if I play classic WoW, it's like you go to Dead Mine, you go to Wailing Cavern, you take the
yeah.
boat, and there's like a little trip you go. And I remember when I got all my friends in high school to play, like I begged them to all play, and they kind of like followed my lead well, so I would introduce them to everything, right? And I remember
Mhm.
taking them to the tram, and I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait for them to see the tram. It's so cool." There's like the little sea monster,
Yeah.
and it's like cool. I don't know if they
Oh
found it
yeah.
cool as I thought it was when I was growing up, but like
But that's
showing them
really cool.
that,
Yeah.
and then taking them to SM so that they could get the Scarlet Monastery set, which looks freaking cool, and you could get a tabard there at the same time. Like you get the Whirlwind Axe. I was explaining this to Zara too. Like I just want Classic Plus to have replayability so that you could go back anytime and be at that same place and you don't feel behind. Because in retail right now too, if I log in, it's like, would you like a catch up thing? And then like it just skips everything to
Yeah.
ahead. It's like I don't know what the heck happened. It's just like a seasonal game, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. Like some people vibe with it, but I'm still like kind of
It's a
old
different
school, I
audience at this
guess.
point.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
still fun. I'm not trying to like hate on it, but I do want it to be replayable so that even like the mythic raid clearers, I'm pretty sure they would want their raids to be in some ways in OSRS, right? When they raid, they could go back and it still matters. And if they learn to fight perfectly, it's kind of a flex to like show you yourself dancing and hitting the boss perfectly, right? But in retail WoW,
It's
after
runs
you
per hour, right? You,
what's
you
up?
get better at the raids, Avix. You do more runs per hour
Yeah.
because it's not a lockout system, so it is a big deal. Yeah, to get better at it.
And then in
versus just having one
retail,
raid.
if you clear a mythic raid, after that expansion, it's like it doesn't matter. You don't get to replay that fight anymore. So
Yeah.
in some way you lose that knowledge and you grow into new. And there's good and bad to that. But I would like it where I could bring a friend and he could go through the same thing that I did. You know what I mean? That would be like the biggest thing for me in Classic Plus.
Yeah, it's still
Replayability.
like somehow relevant. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like another big thing that I really wish for Classic Plus is kind of like how raid difficulties work. So
Mm.
imagine they had two difficulties. So you
Mm.
have like just normal mode, which it's easy, but like you can wipe, demon raids will be demon raids.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like a kind of legend mode. And this is like so hard that no one's gonna clear the first few weeks. But it
Mm.
doesn't give better gear. It gives the same gear, but instead it gives an achievement, a title, perhaps a special mount, and then perhaps even if there is transmog in the game, like a
Mm-hmm.
cosmetic, or maybe if without transmog, it just drops a cosmetic. Like it's like a heat level 3
Yeah, the
in
sunglasses
multiplayer.
or the little enchant. Um.
Yeah, and it's not like
Mhm.
here, this guy did this really hard boss, but you
Yeah.
don't have to kill him. You're not gonna miss out on power.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think as a person that played the game for a long time, I love that idea and I wouldn't mind it if they have it. But at the same time, knowing how the audience is and how they react for the majority of the part, I don't know if you feel the same, you could tell me. I feel
Hmm.
like they don't want multiple difficulties. And I get it. Like I'm kind of like gonna side with them now. And
I'm on that side too, by the
yeah.
way. I don't like raid difficulties,
I
but
would
I'm
I
not
would
sure if
rather
everyone agrees.
Mhm.
There's people that like having four difficulties, which is crazy. I think that's dumb.
Oh no, that's way too many. I will
Yeah,
say
like
what I
you,
would
yeah,
want is what you said about like the solo challenges. If they could have like a mage tower and you go
that would be
in,
so
it's
cool.
like a class specific tower, and they give you a
Yeah,
gear you play with so that you don't go in with overpowered gear and just one shot everything. I hate when games do that. Lost Ark has that where you could go in when you go in for the first time as the game's like doing their patches. It's actually hard and entertaining. But if you go in after like 5 patches, you just one shot every boss. It's like nothing, right? And then you get all the good stuff. But
yeah.
I would like it where they provide you like a box and you get a gear. They give you little consumables like maybe 2 health
Oh, I
potions,
see what you mean.
1 free
Yeah,
action point, and then you have to use that smartly, like intelligently to beat that boss perfectly. And if they could do that,
and then you
I
could
would
make
like
guides
that.
of it. I'd be like, here's a
Yeah.
guide how you kill this boss for like the noobs. Yeah, it'd be cool because you can't just outgear it, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
You
don't want
just
it to
gotta
be
get good.
outgeared. And then when anyone
Yeah.
comes in, they can replay that. I just like the replayability, man. I think that's the main thing for me.
No, it's a big thing, right? Like that way, when you add content to the game actually has more content. This is
Hmm.
something I've talked a lot about on my stream. I
Mm.
feel like nowadays in classic per se, like expansions feel like kind of like a scam because you're not necessarily expanding the world, you're just replacing existing content with other content. It's like, okay, instead of doing this raid, now you're doing this raid. You're not really adding more stuff though. You add more stuff when the other raids are still run and
Yeah,
relevant.
relevant.
So like when Burning Crusade comes out, maybe you do AQ for like a trinket and then like Nax like a little bit, right? But most people don't. It just doesn't happen anymore. So in vanilla in Classic Plus, what
Hmm.
are they doing? They can kind of maintain that. Then think about it like this: you don't have to add a patch every 3 months because like you have enough content for people to do. You
Yeah.
have to add a patch every 3 months when there's only one raid that's relevant, and that was born with Sod, right? And Sod in the beginning was like BFD alone got boring, Nomer alone got boring, Sunken Temple alone got really boring. But if all those raids were somehow still relevant at the same time, then maybe you could take 4 or 5 months, 6 months to add another raid, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This is such a different thing than what Blizzard's done. This is a whole different formula. So I'm not. I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna do this. If they do it, it'll be crazy good though.
I'm
Yeah.
curious too how they're gonna go about it. I guess talking about how they're gonna run the show, what would completely ruin Classic Plus for you? Like what would be something that would destroy the game?
Almost kind of like what I'm saying with expansions, but not like completely destroy it. I would say if they go really save Savix,
Mm.
where it's basically vanilla WoW with like slight changes. So they'd be like, okay, here's like Season of Mastery, but like Paladin has taunt
Mm.
and Shaman has taunt. That's it. Like it's like we barely made any changes. but we're gonna do more. It's kind of like over promising, under delivering. I don't think that's happening though. I don't think Blizzard's gonna play that safe. Like, but
Mm.
there are some people that want that. Like, they want a very like almost no changes. But I think it's all about changes, Classic Plus, right? Or like some changes, whatever, you know. So that for me be a deal breaker. Like, here I've been getting excited for like a game that's essentially just vanilla WoW with like a couple of sprinkles, you know.
It was interesting that you brought up like adding classes and whatnot. Yeah, for me too, I kind of want them to focus on the class that exists and
Yeah, exactly.
enhance a little
Mm.
bit of the ones that do really bad, but don't add something on maybe like later along the year, 4 or 5 years they could. But start with the classes that we have and fix them up a bit, little by
Yeah, I'm
little.
pretty basic, man.
Yeah.
Like, they add a race per faction. I'm happy. They go Cataclysm style where there's like more race class combos, which I love about Cataclysm. Because like, if you've played a lot of vanilla like me, like you've almost done every like race class combo, you know. So I'd
Yeah.
like to be like a undead hunter, for example, whatever, right? Stuff like that. I
Mm.
like that. I would love shamans and paladins on both factions. I know people hate that. They're like identity and stuff, but I personally like that a lot.
Just don't make
Um,
it Tauren Paladin and I'm cool with it. I hate it. I'm such a hater
Dude,
of the
undead paladin would be so
Undead
cool,
Paladin will go
bro.
so hard.
They had it in Sword, bro. They had it in Sword, like just like 100% are doing it, right? There's no way they're not doing it. They had it like a trainer in Sword. Like they're
No,
doing it.
I made a lot
Wait,
of video on this topic. Like people are like, oh no, Undead
really?
Paladin can't be it. But if you go to Ice Crown Citadel, like on the
I
north
know.
south of the
Yes.
place, there's like these Artis's old soldiers, and there are
Yeah.
Paladin undeads that do like Unfist of
Isn't
Justice.
one of the four horsemen undead paladin, or am I crazy?
Yeah, he is.
I think
Isn't
so.
Zelia the white horse guy? He
One of
throws
them.
like
One of
holy
them. Yeah.
shocks,
Like, I'm not
right?
a massive lore guy, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
I'm not a
Yeah.
master
Like,
lore guy
dude,
too, but I've seen it with my own eyes in Ice Crown Citadel.
it's in the
There's an
game, bro.
undead paladin that's hodges you, but it's
There
called
there's undead hunters in the game. Like literally, like they're right there. Like that's all.
yeah.
Like don't have to go crazy. You don't have to make like Torrent rogues, right? Like which,
Mm.
by the way, I have a Torrent rogue in retail, but you don't have to do that. There's no Torrent rogues in the
Yeah,
game. But if
just
there
make
is
it
a
fit the
race class
lore. Don't
combo in
go
the game, just put it
crazy.
in. And like even with abilities, like dude, there's like abilities like Shadow Shot in the game, Crusader Strike in the game. They're on mobs. You can just add those abilities. You don't have to go like, oh,
Mm.
here's like a crazy like retail spell. You just have these abilities within like Warcraft 3 and base vanilla WoW, and you can just use that. You know, change the talents, like add some auras, right? Like fix shaman, elemental shaman mana, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. They don't have to go sod crazy,
Yeah, no.
but I kind of want them to go sod crazy. I'm a bad boy, bro. I love tank warlock.
Actually,
I love tank rogue. I love
I
mage eater.
did
I love that shit so
I
much.
did see you play on that
Yeah,
Chinese server. Remember when you showed me the besiege the hammer and you're like saying all these
dude,
cool
that shit
lines?
is great.
Dude,
Iron Forge WoW was so good, bro. I wish they did that on West.
that was so cool.
It's the only version of Classic right now that, in my opinion, is worth playing because it's the only
Mm.
version of Classic that actually is getting new content that people have to figure out what the meta is. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen next month,
The Chinese
right?
people are
It's
eating
like that's
good
the
right
problem with
now.
Classic. We don't with Classic. While we know everything, the meta is already defined,
Mm.
and that's what makes it less like exciting. There's like a whole rant. So I'm just gonna get into it real fast. So, in original vanilla WoW, when did you start playing? Actually, what was your first?
I played like late '04 into like '05
Oh,
is
you're like old as fuck.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how old are
So
you?
I'm 29, but like you started playing. I mean, you're old. Like started playing
Bro,
early,
you're
right?
like 3 years under me. No,
Oh,
no,
you're good. You're
I am a
good. So
fossil though. I've been playing this game for like
no, no,
20,
no. This
20
is
plus
perfect though.
years.
So you're OG. You're
Yeah.
OG,
Yeah.
right? So you know what a patch is and class tuning.
Of course, of
This
course.
happened in Vanilla WoW.
Uh-huh.
So in Vanilla WoW, next like a week later, be like a patch. Mages now have instant arcane explosion without talenting it.
Mm.
This is what a normal MMO is. It would receive class tuning all the time. But when we came with Classic, we just copy pasted the tuning of the final patch and call it a day. How is that interesting? So there's no discovering and learning new metas. We just know what the meta is, and this is the problem with TBC, Rat, and it's the problem with Anniversary. But it's not a
Mm.
problem on Titan Force, kinda, because they change things.
Yes, they do.
And I hope it's not a problem with Classic Plus. You need the game to evolve. That's why you're paying $15 a month, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Right?
no, you're
Is
right.
for adjustments to be made, for better
You're
or
right.
for worse. And on original vanilla TBC Rat, all those things happened. Like when Rat came out, Warriors didn't have a 10% damage reduction. That happened during ICC patch because of Shadowmourne. But in Vanilla, in Rat Classic, we had that the whole phase. So Warriors were really bad because they had 10% damage reduction the whole time. Just a quick rant. That's something that I know they didn't solve. They were doing changes. But yeah, people like to just play a final version of class tuning, which again the original game was nothing like that. You're not the no changes is worse than changes because the game had changes. It's like you're advocating for something that never happened. That's the rant. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
That's
I kind of hated on the hashtag no change people back in the day. I was like, "Ah, I wish
yeah.
we had like a tiny bit of changes. At the same time, I enjoyed it, but there was frustrations because everything
Yeah.
was figured out. And we
It
all know
was.
that Warlock just beats every class. And it's like, oh man, it's so boring. You know what I'm saying? I was a PvP guy too at the time, so I
Oh
would
yeah.
love Classic Plus to have that same ride where they're like constantly tuning, keep showing love to the game, and yeah,
You brought up PvP. I want to ask you because I'm not a big PvPer, but I want to see what your thoughts are on
sure.
this. Would you like to see some kind of solo duel thing in Classic Plus where that's like a ranked duel bracket, or maybe have spectators? Like, does this sound cool for you, or do you just want like arena
I
maybe,
could
or
go
maybe no arena?
crazy into this. It's bad
Yeah.
that you're asking me. I'm supposed to be asking you, but I'll answer
Oh
since you're
my bad.
asking.
I'm just like I was
No,
curious.
it's fun. It's fun. The back and forth is fun. I would love. I think all the PvP guys dream about this. When I talked to Czar, he
Yeah.
said the same thing. I would love it. There's a private server where you duel in the Blood Elf area, and every time you drop a
Okay.
flag, your cooldown resets, basically, right? Or on other servers, when
Oh,
the
that's
duel
really
ends,
cool.
your cooldowns reset. I want to make it
You're
where
not waiting
this.
for prep.
Yeah,
No.
because like some of the cooldowns are long, and as a
10
rogue, if
minutes.
I
Yeah.
don't have improved sprint and I can't get out of a Nova and I'm not ambush spec, like you lose if you're just hemo spec. You can, but it's harder. And I
Hmm.
think every class having like all their cooldowns back is kind of fair. Because there are times I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you do and you use your ice block and you do another guy, and if you had ice block, you would have won, but you don't have it, so you lose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Exactly. You have to
And
wait for cold snap.
yeah, and it
It's not
feels bad
fun.
when you lose, and then they like take screenshots or record it and say, "Oh, I beat the crap out of Joker." By the way, it's like, bro, I didn't have half my cooldowns. So it'll be cool if there was an island where it could reset the cooldowns as well as like
Yeah.
your consumables too. That would be kind of cool, right? Where you use like Thistle Tea or
Yeah.
potions or limit
And when
action
you leave that
potion.
island, everything goes on cooldown, so you can't abuse it and go to the island
Exactly,
to reset everything.
exactly.
You have to think. You have to think about the
Yes,
stuff,
no,
right?
you're so
Yeah.
smart because I mentioned that too
Yeah.
because I know why Blizzard don't do that because if people summon you, it they might abuse it for like raids, right? They have like lay on hands or like
Yeah. You put everything else. You
yeah,
make it to where you can't gain an advantage from it.
yes.
Exactly.
So
You just gotta.
yes, so
Yeah.
when you leave, every single thing goes into cooldown, so you can't abuse it. And it'll be like a duelers guild. It could be like in the brawlers guild or like for Orgrimmar. If you go to like that PvP zone in the back, there's like that big ass arena, right? They could use that too.
Yeah.
Now for arena, as much as I love arena, I do think arena kills off world PvP and battlegrounds. And
Oh yeah.
and to be frank, arena is so good, but at the same time, I would rather have them balance PvP around objective gameplay. I think it's just more entertaining to watch an objective. And for any like boomers or doomers or new people, they could follow
Mhm.
along in an objective gameplay. Like if it's capture the flag, they could see, oh, flag A need to go to flag B. Because I say this because when I played arena and my friend watches or my dad watches, he's like, you're spinning around in circle in that pillar all day long. Like this looks so
Yeah. It's kind
boring.
of hard to watch for some people.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
hard. Unless you're like really in tune and you know what's going on, like people won't know. Because even if you make like a shadow step kidney or shadow step kick into like a blind and like you're controlling the whole team, like most people don't see that play. But if you're like
No.
peeling off this flag carrier as like one person, you peel off five people, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, like you can follow that along, right? So I do think they should invest into objective gameplay, but there is a
Yeah.
problem in like classic battleground. Like there's so many turtles, and bro, I could go on about this, but I would love to see them invest a little more into like fun battleground modes. But anything super competitive or like a mythic raid style, I do
You're
think
afraid of. Yeah.
I'm afraid of it. I don't think it goes
I
well.
feel a lot of people have said that too. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
This is what really is divisive though.
Mm.
War mode. would you like or not like war mode?
War mode meaning like retail WoW where you could like PvP or not PvP, having the choice of it.
I mean, basically, it's just everything's a PvE server, right? I think that's what war mode is. There's no
Hmm.
like essentially PvP servers, but like you have incentive to flag, and if you
I
flag, you have some kind of benefits. I don't know. I don't know. It could do a lot with it,
yeah.
right?
I
Or do you
bet
want normal like forced PvP servers and forced PvE? Like that's the difference,
no, that's
right?
interesting
What do you
that
think?
you bring it up because I think it was like
Hmm.
2021 or somewhere in the early 2020s. I had a friend named Kaiser, and he begged me for 3 months. He's my moderator too, so I like to
Okay.
listen to them a little bit. And he begged me to play Ascension, and we played Ascension.
Okay.
It was cool. He had a mount, and we could ride the pony together. I was like, "Whoa, this is pretty gagey," but at the same time, it's really cool. Like you're like on a horse with your friend, and then like he's like, "Hey, we're going to SCV. Do you want to play high risk, high reward?" And when you turn that on, you like check on a PvP mode, but you could kill your own faction too. But if you kill
Oh yeah, I heard
them,
about that. That sounds cool.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
If you kill them, you have a chance to loot one of their gears, and it's like what?
Yeah.
That sounds so cool, and that's
Yeah,
what
that's
OSRS
crazy.
has, right? And we were just like,
Yeah, wilderness.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just had high
Yeah.
risk, high reward, and we were just PvP, and it was so fun, man. And we were getting like shoulders, pants, and I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever. So it's interesting that you bring up the war mode. I do think that could be a good idea. I don't know how the classic audience would take that because they'll be like, ew, retail, right? But um,
I'm very biased, right? Because I'm a streamer and PvP servers as a streamer are absolute nightmare.
yeah.
But I don't know. Like I'm like, if there are PvP servers and PvE servers, I don't know what server I would play on. It's like if I go PvP, it's just gonna be
Yeah,
it's
no,
gonna be cooked. Like
it's very sad, but I kind of put my mantle on the shelf because I too just get sniped all day, so I avoid playing on PP servers. And
it's worse for you because you love PvP more than
yeah,
I
and
do.
then
So it's
like
like
people that I used to fight in arenas, they have like a grudge against me, and they would just try to snipe me and ruin anything I'm doing
I see.
every single day, and it gets
Yeah,
really toxic.
it
And
sucks.
that's one of the things you have to
Yeah.
pay for, and it sucks because I love PvP. And there's a hardcore rogue player. He's super cool and fun. Do you know his name? It
Mhm.
was like Casey or something. He kills people in Gurubashi Arena.
I think I maybe know. Yeah, Guru Bashi, like people are crazy, right? Like it's
Yeah,
even hardcore people that
in
do
the
that. Like,
hardcore
oh, this guy's
server.
actually hardcore. Oh,
Yeah.
hardcore. Okay.
His name is like
Yeah.
Casey Rose or man, I can't believe I forgot his name. But I was saying I hope he doesn't stream because it's fun watching him. It reminds me of my past, and I want him to keep doing it. But if I know if he streams, all his haters or anyone that got killed by him, they're gonna try to like
Yeah, it just gets
snipe
way
him every
worse.
day, and you will never get an organic fun fight ever again. Like it ruins PvP for you. That's why I like Arena because I just face the people that I'm supposed to fight in an equal pairing. But at the same time,
Mhm.
that kind of destroys the open worldness and all that. So
Yeah, because what happens, right? You just sit in the capital city and you just queue.
yeah, and yeah,
And
there's no like community feel to it. So I
yeah,
would rather
you
have
need an
like a dueling
incentive.
area. Yeah, so where
Yeah,
people
some
could
kind of
watch.
incentive.
Hmm.
If you have if you have word PvP, you have war mode or just PvP server, just have some like materials in the open world that are valuable so that people go there and fight for them. Kind of like the Devil's Sword Mafia, right?
Mm,
Like that is a reason to go to Ungoro. You know,
yeah.
you go to EPL for like Black Lotus and Thorium, right? Like stuff like that. So it'd be really cool to see them adding more stuff like this. But I wonder what they're gonna do with the whole PvP stuff
Let,
because
let,
it is a
let's ask the
nightmare.
audience to type in the comment. Do you guys like the war
Yeah,
mode idea or no? Because I know for a fact a lot of people play on PvP server, and sometimes they want to turn off their brain and farm Black Lotuses or like Mithrils to farm for their gear or sell on auction house, but you just get ganked by PS0 24/7 and you're just trying to craft, right? I'm kind of guilty of being that guy too, where I used to just kill anyone that's farming. And they're not even trying to fight, they're just trying to like walk around, farm elementals and stuff, but I'm just like killing them 4 times each so I get my rank up. I'd like to hear if they would like war mode or not. But I think from
what
your
if there was a
standpoint,
material,
mm,
a material that you could only gather if you're flagged? That'd be crazy. Like it's like some kind of node or whatever. Like, and you can only gather this material if you're
dude,
like
you're
have war mode
cooking.
on. Oh, also like I didn't ask you that. Oh, like you didn't ask at least, but How do you feel about professions? Do you want to see more profession stuff in Classic Plus? Like more in-depth professions, maybe more profession slots, new professions? Do you not care? How do you feel about it? Because I'm
Um,
like obsessed with that shit, you know?
I love professions too. Oh man, I think about like runecraft crafting when I think about that. I get like PTSD, but um
Rune crafting, oh my god.
I like gathering and making stuff. I'm more of an enjoyer of like engineering items. Every time I played, I'm
Engine's
like,
fun.
oh man, is there like a new death ray? Is there new boots? Is there a new belt?
But
Like,
it's too good engineering though. Having to pick engineering between two
dude,
slots is so bad. I
yes.
I wish they would just make it baseline. Like baseline engine, screw it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like to
I
see
put
them
Diablo
add,
professions.
yeah. Dude, I need to get you on the podcast again. When it comes out, we'll gather again and give our analysis and all that. Yeah, that'll be great.
Be cool, yeah. I like
Yeah,
it.
but going back to the talk, I think I would love to see them add a few fun gadgets or something like they did for Insod, where
Oh yeah.
enchanters could get like a
Toys and
little
stuff,
buff.
right?
Yes, toys and stuff. I would love that, but at the same time, don't go too crazy. You know, we don't want to make it like
Yeah.
retail-y in some
Maybe no
ways.
glider. I think glider would be kind of OP, right? Like the mob glider,
Yeah,
if you know what I'm
as
talking
much as
about.
it's fun, yeah, it is a little bit OP. But yeah, I
And
would
you
love the
gotta,
professions.
teleport items are fun though. Like you have an item at TP, so like 4 hour cooldown or something. Like the sod one.
Uh,
Teleports you random location. Oh, I got lucky. It teleported me where I want to go. Like, it feels good.
hmm. I
The
wonder if
lost
they could add
teleporter.
like a teleport rune somewhere for the war mode you were talking about, because I do like the teleports too. I'm spoiled from playing like Lost Ark, Final Fantasy, and OSRS, where you could just travel anywhere you want, right? You don't have to like beg a mage, even though that's like RP where you find a mage and do it.
Yeah.
It would be nice if like mages could maybe sign a portal stone for you so that you could use. That could still be a thing, right?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna reduce friction in TPs. Like, even just fly paths. I expect some changes. Like what
Uh,
they could do with flights is like you have an achievement, you get this achievement. Now all
uh-huh.
flying mounts, like the flying paths, are like 20% faster or something. Like just
Mm.
something's got to give. Something's got to give, bro.
I know a
You
ton
know.
of people that would get mad about that.
Really, dude, I said I don't mind fly paths, but okay. Let me tell you this: I love a 5 minute fly path because I can go AFK and I'm still efficient. It's actually so good. I love that stuff, but does it have to be like 10 minutes sometimes? Like it's a bit crazy,
Yeah.
right?
And sometimes dude, it goes like in a V up. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
dude, what? Just
you
make
know
me
why
go
that
from
that
here to here.
happens, right? Because there's like a lot of zones that are unfinished, so they don't want you to fly over them. That way you
Yeah.
don't see like this like massive landmass of like there's nothing. So it goes like
Mm.
there's no way they're gonna keep it like that. Like that's gonna change.
I hope
100.
not.
Percent
I hope not. What are your thoughts on raid sizes? Would you prefer them shrinking it, or do you think they should keep it big to keep it classicy?
I think there should be all sizes in the sense like some raids are chill 10-man raids,
Mm-hmm.
maybe level up raids,
Mm-hmm.
which are awesome. For example, you have like a level 30 raid, let's like Scarlet Monastery, 10-man, right? Maybe some raids would be forced 20-man at max level that are also kind of like chill, but like also hard. And then maybe you have some raids that you can bring 40 people. So what
Mm.
I liked personally in Salt is you have a 20-man raid scaled for 20, but you can bring 40.
Yeah.
So if it's too hard for you at 20-man, bring 5 more bros, bring 10 more bros. Right?
And
They
they
accidentally did this and
mm.
it was great.
and
Yeah.
they made it where in AQ if you do it with the challenge is like a mount drop. So maybe they can make it like if you do 20 man, you get like a higher chance to get a mount drop. Maybe they could add that as an incentive.
I don't know if they could code that in. I mean, they probably could, but what
Mm.
they could also, if they did the whole two rates, what do you say it?
The
If
flex
there's two
size.
raid difficulties, like the legend raid, that would be forced 20-man, right? Like
Mm.
it's challenging. You can't bring 40.
Ah,
So if they
okay.
did that, you do it like that. But if like your idea, like yeah, they could bring you code it in. If you bring 21, it doesn't work. And it's a little bit harsh though, but it depends how hard the last boss is, right? Because maybe
Mm.
it's still hard even with 30 people. If it's not like some kind of hard mode, right? But yeah, like that
What
could
if they
also
do the
work.
opposite of what FF does? They have alliance raids which are like the big raid sizes, right? But they're easier. You just go
Uh-huh.
in, have a blast, you get to feel the aura of being with like 40 different champions, and it's cool, right? An MMO playing with that many people. I think that's why
Yeah,
classic players like that. They like seeing a bunch of people together and beating
it
stuff.
is cool.
But
I mean, you could go 25 man as well,
yeah,
right? Like I feel like 20 isn't that a lot of people? 25 people, like
25 is still a
no,
lot. And I'm saying this
yeah,
because the 40 you could just have fun, and then in the smaller sizes like 20 and 10, maybe they can make it a little bit sharper where you can't make too many mistakes
yeah.
and more spread out with the mechanics. Because let's be honest, in the 40 raid, sometimes you don't do anything. Like you don't do any mechanic get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. 40 man, it's like people are, you don't even know what everyone's doing. People are just
Yeah.
like AFK. Honestly, analyze the logs after the raid like we used to back in 2019 with like class officers, by the way. It's like, hey, you didn't decurse as much, or like you didn't, dude, it was crazy. Like we had a mage officer, and this
Oh
guy would
my
be like on
god.
my ass because I did, dude. I'll tell you this, bro. When I was in Frontier, the hardcore guild,
Yeah,
anti-mage,
yeah.
I was in that guild, and I died on my warrior, and then I re-rolled worst decision of my life, Wrestle Druid.
Uh-huh.
So I was not even the only Wrestle Druid. That's the only good thing about playing Wrestle Druid is you only Wrestle Druid in a 40-man race to get all the loot. I was the second Wrestle Druid, which means this guy puts Rejuve, and I
Mm.
can put Rejuve on that target because I have less healing power.
Oh my
So
god.
I joined this word first next Ramas on hardcore, by the way. Only like 4 bosses we killed. It turns out I was assigned to Insect Swarm, I think it was Insect Swarm. Every single boss, maybe even Fairy Fire was, and I didn't know because it was this giant spreadsheet where every single player is assigned to do something different. This is what it takes to do organized 40-man raids, but your average raid is not 40-man next Rama's hardcore. So
Yeah.
like you would want to tune the raids like you said a little bit easy, right, Savix? So you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to make it super hard because being that tight with 40 people, it's insane.
It's
It's a
insane.
lot.
And to gather them and
It's too
show up
much.
every single week is tough, man. And
And if there's more different classes or more complex classes, it's going to be even harder,
yeah.
right? Because it's only 8 classes in vanilla per faction. So
Yeah.
if there's like 10, then oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 4 is a bit much for me. I don't mind if it's go 20 man, 40 man, and then 40 is
Mm.
just easier because it's twice the people. But if it's like balanced around 40, I'm like, not for me. I'll do it anyway. But I don't think they're gonna go that direction. They're gonna stick with 20 man.
From how I feel from the audience, if they played SOD, they all like the 10-man, 20-man. They're like, hey, I'm a dad
Hmm.
gamer and it's easier to just play with my best friends, which is like a small group.
Yeah,
But if you're like a classic Andy, they really like the 40-man sizes.
it's also your FPS.
Hmm.
In Scarlet Enclave, did you ever do it with like 40? It's a shit show. You have like 30 FPS sometimes,
I think I
right?
did with
And
25 the most.
that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you did it with 40, which I did, it was
Mm.
very bad on your PC. You had lag problems.
Mm.
So smaller rate sizes also is an advantage because you have better frame rate. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna guess here that classic plus whatever might have potentially better graphics, not like modern, just like
Mm.
maybe there's like new things they add that like require more juice, right?
Mm.
If I had to guess, it's not gonna be. It's more likely to look closer to Rat than like 2004, right? They might just add some like interesting textures, like with Titan Forge, for example, right?
Yeah.
So if they do that, which they did in SOD, and there's 40 people in a raid spamming these
Oof.
abilities, that's gonna happen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it would be bad. And I have a theory that they're gonna have like a couple of things that are like, okay, this looks more HD than before, more polygons, right?
Mm. Would you be happy if Classic Plus restricted add-ons? Like, let's say there's a Blizzard
Ooh.
dev, his job is to just filter out the add-ons, and he only lets like the legal ones like pass through.
You mean like
Or
midnight?
maybe no
I don't
add-on
know.
at all. Like what are your thoughts on it? Would you like add-ons, no add-ons, or restricted add-ons? Because I thought in
I'm
retail
gonna
their
say
whole
this real.
point was to
Yeah,
restrict the OP add-ons, but didn't do
they still
crap,
have
bro.
add-ons. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't play the game without damage meter. I just can't do it. I played Final Fantasy, no damage meter felt so weird.
Well,
You
that's what
know,
I'm
like,
saying. Like they should add it themselves. Like the things we
oh
need
yeah, that's fine. That's fine if they do that. But the problem what happened with Midnight is they added their own add-ons, but like they're worse than the old add-ons. Like
is it
the
was so
in-game
bad.
damage meter is not as it's worse than details. But
Yeah.
they nerf details as well because of some API, APL, whatever it is. So it depends how they do it. I'm open to it, but they gotta do a better job than done with Midnight because it's pretty
Hmm.
sloppy, right? Like it's worse than before with the add-ons. So I was on Blizzard
Yeah.
side before I played Midnight for a couple of weeks, and then I get it. It's like, oh shit, they're right. Like I can't right click and just see what killed me. I have to like click this and then click this. It takes more time, and you cannot see like your biggest crit with like aim shot, for example. You can't.
Right.
It's just impossible to see that.
I
But you
think
could
being able
before.
to like analyze your stuff is fine. I just there's too many OP things that come with add-on, I feel like. And then
Oh yeah, I feel you on
if a
that.
new player's coming in, they're like, hey, what add-on should I get? And they're like, like give them a list, and it's like kind of overwhelming in a way. I feel like that's unwelcoming. It's
No,
just how I
you're right.
feel.
I have the same take. It
Mm.
just depends how they make the boss. If you make a boss that requires a weak aura, like
Oh
they used to
yeah,
do this to retail.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how much you've Mythic rated, but like Mythic Archimon, for example, you had to have a radar that showed you where to stand and then you don't get hit, like stuff like
Right.
that. You can't do this, otherwise it
But you
happens. And
heard the
I'm gonna be
interview.
honest with you, like,
Huh.
sorry, go ahead.
I was
You were
saying,
saying?
did you see the interview where they purposely designed the raid bosses accepting that players had add-ons, and it's like, bro, you shouldn't be designing the game like,
Exactly. That's how you know it went, and they admitted it went too far. I
yeah,
respect Blizzard trying to do something about it,
uh-huh.
right? Have they done a good job about it? No, but at least they're
They're
trying.
trying.
I think they should have done this 5 years ago, though,
I do
or
think
maybe
that
even
too.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, unironically, classic WoW is more add-on dependent than retail now. Because if you play, let's say, okay, I don't play MOP, but MOP is pretty sweaty.
Yeah,
Doing
Muppet
Mr.
Sweaty.
Pontiac Classic, I mean, you're gonna do that without weak auras. Everyone else has weak auras. You're gonna be a liability, right? Even Rad, bro, like Rad Classic, like Syndra goes. I mean, you don't have the add-on that tells you which ice cube to go to. You wipe the raid. Because once people, Savix, rely on a weak aura to do a mechanic, that becomes the default. If
Mhm.
you don't have the weak aura, even though people didn't have it 20 years ago, you're not doing that same strategy. You're doing a strategy assuming you have an add-on. So
Yeah,
basically, gotta be careful that this doesn't become a norm. That you get a certain weak aura pack and then you play the fight like that.
right.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna be the case though, at least in the beginning. But over time, if it gets sweatier, more challenging raids, if there is some kind of legend mode, whatever, like I was
Mhm.
saying, and it's tuned around add-ons, and people are gonna get the add-ons. It's just how it goes. So it's up to Blizzard really on
So
this one.
so your statement is if Blizzard could do a good job adding it themselves, you would not have it, but you know they're not going to do a very good job, so you rather have that
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have the retail UI in the game, like in the sense like the settings, because they just put on error recently, right? So we're gonna have edit mode and maybe
Mm.
in-game damage meter
Did you
provided
see
by them,
that
but I don't
in
know.
TBC? I logged to TBC and they changed like everything. I was like, bro, what is
Everything.
this?
Titanforge has it. Everything has it now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The nameplates are weird.
It's
But
weird.
I don't know. I'm not a big hater. As soon as you
Mm.
get used to it, like the only worst thing is like the chat. You can't just like move the chat. Like before you have to like right click edit mode, move the chat. But that's like a streamer issue because we move the chat to show something, right? And then put it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
I hate that. Like,
I
oh my god, I
I
have to
know
like do it like
exactly
this. I
what
have
you're
to get an
talking
add-on
about.
for it. I have
Yeah.
to get an add-on that lets you move your chat whenever you want. But then it bugs out and teleports your chat away. Like whatever.
Oh
It's like a
my
little rant,
goodness.
but
Yeah.
it's like a streamer issues. Most people don't
Yeah,
have
it
that problem.
is. I have a few more questions for the Classic Plus. I know you had a fair share of your time in the rank 14 grind. Do you still enjoy PvP or are you like more of PvE?
I don't mind PvP when it's kind of rewarding
Hmm.
and not like a giga sweat fest. The last time I've enjoyed classic PvP, I mean, I guess a bit of arena in
Hmm.
TBC. I did Warrior Druid with Sunglers, and that was
Oh, I
fun.
remember
We got
that.
Hardstock 1600, but it is
Well,
what it is,
you
you know?
did good for playing with like somebody that's never healed too, and she did really good too by healing
I
for the
mean,
first time ever.
she went like a few days with not even knowing she had the low ranks of spells on her on her macro. So she was like, what's it called? Nature Swiftness, Healing Touch, and it's like rank 6 or something. And then my health barely goes up.
So I had the
But
same
that
problem
was
with
fun.
my friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't mind PvP when it's like fun, rewarding, but it's like really, really sweaty. Not for me, I don't take it to that level. I'd rather
Sure.
play like League of Legends or something. If I want to play a
Yeah.
PvP game, that's the way I look at it, right?
So
Um, but yeah, it's what it is.
if you could add in any idea for PvP for Classic Plus, what would it be? Anything fun,
I feel like
anything incentive wise, dueling thing?
the dueling thing is probably the best overall. But apart from that, some kind of like area in the game that is PvP focused. Maybe a bit rewarding, maybe not too rewarding though. Just be like, hey, there's like stuff you can loot here only if you're doing PvP. That'd be kind of cool, you know. Like if it gives people like a hotspot. Hey, you're like a word PvP guy,
Mm,
you know, go here. Kind of like the wilderness and OSRS, but
yeah,
maybe not that
yeah.
sweaty, right? Because that's
Hmm.
crazy. But like Ungoro is that spot when Devasaur was really expensive, but like that on steroids, you know. I think people would like that, but I gotta be careful how you tune it. It's very easy to get that tricky. Maybe you make it too rewarding, and then people have to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
There's
there's
so
like a
many. Like
guild
it's easier to
mafia
talk
taking
as a
over.
designer, but what? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just mentioning how the Devil Store had like a mafia guild where they would all ally with each other and they would take turns guarding that area so
Yeah.
nobody could get
Yeah,
it.
it's like word bosses, right? The same
Yeah.
thing happened there. So people will find a way to optimize it. So you just gotta test things, and if it doesn't work out, you scrap it. You know, I think Classic Plus is gonna have, you know, some ideas, and they don't work out, and that's fine. You know.
We're gonna close off with some speed questions, and I've picked out 3 questions from the comment section too, because I told them I would. If anyone wants to ask questions for the next guest on the post section in my YouTube channel, you could write answers or write questions there. We'll start with
Nice.
what was the first core memory of your first character ever?
Making a 15, like a level 1, I guess, human mage on my uncle's computer, and then dying to like Harvest Watchers in Westfall. That's as far as I made it.
Dude, Harvest Watchers were hard when you're a little kid. They're strong.
Yeah, it's like level 13. I made it to. Like it was really hard, but it was fun though.
Dang, you were always like a mage main, huh? You said you
Yeah,
played Warrior at some point, but you went back to it.
I was a 100 main in retail. I have like 350 days played on 100.
Oh wow.
But Mage and Classic, yeah, I liked it a lot
Yeah,
because of the
okay.
whole AoE farming thing. It was just cool, you know.
Yeah. Top 3 mounts.
Top 3 mounts. Oof. Okay. This is like not just Classic, right?
Just classic.
Not only Classic.
Oh, you wanna go? Okay, let's expand. I'll give you the expansions.
I'd say my favorite mount is Shackled Orzul, which is from Mythic Argus in Legion. Mostly because I was the first one in the guild to get it, because I won the roll, and you could only roll if you had
Mm.
100% attendance. It was me and one more guy. So it's like, oh, I'm one of the few people on the server that has it. I think it looks cool
Yeah.
as well. And then I'll give you 2 classic answers. So, I
Okay.
mean, Baron Rivender is like
Oh
crazy
yeah.
aura mount if you have
It's
that,
so
but
alright.
it's like so rare though. But I've never seen it. And I guess the cat mount from ZG. What's it called? The
Okay.
Cerulean Tiger. That looks really cool. I never had any of those, by the way, but I think they look sick.
Yeah, I've never had those two. My brother got the ribbon there because he saw some human write it, and he's like, "What the heck? Yo, I saw a human on it." I'm like, "Bullshit, right?" Because at the time nobody knew in the server. And he's like, "Yeah, there was a guy on it, and he told me that you could get it from Stratholme
That's
Undead."
crazy.
And then my brother farmed it every single day and got it. I was like, "Dude, what?"
Wait, did he get it in vanilla?
Yeah, it was so sick, bro.
No way. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a 1 in 10K drop chance or something?
It's insanely rare. Like I tried it too. I never
Oh,
got it, but he
you
got
can't
it.
just farm it. You have to be lucky. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, no,
that
it
rare.
had to
It
be luck, right? Because the guy who
yeah.
had it, I don't think he had any clue either, but it probably just randomly dropped for him, and he was writing
It's
it.
since I've never seen that drop. It's
Yeah,
so rare. Like it is like a Giga RuneScape rare item. Like it's like like you can compare to like third age stuff in RuneScape. It is because you gotta math it out. Like doing a run takes like let's say 40 minutes. You
mm,
have 5 people, and it's a 1 in 10K. You can only do 4 runs. And like there's so many limitations, so it's super hard to get that mount.
yeah,
But I
and
think it's too hard though. You know, like I wouldn't want mounts to be that rare, but rare mounts are cool though. But that one is like crazy
yeah,
rare
that
though.
one's crazy
It's like an
cool too.
aura.
It's so cool.
It's
One
so
of the
rare.
coolest amounts. Favorite dungeons. One favorite dungeon and one
Ooh.
least favorite.
Favorite dungeon, BRD. I love it so much. Favorite dungeon, all WoW, BRD. I think
Really?
it's an experience. There's so many different ways to do it. There's so much content in BRD. You can go and do solo runs as a rogue and get Librams and sell them. You can AoE farm as a mage. You can like literally solo SGC as like any class almost. You can farm SGC as a group. You can farm Hodge. You can do lava runs. You can do the attunements. This dungeon, it's way too good, Savix. Like there's just it's so ahead of its time. I don't think we're ever gonna get a dungeon like BRD. I love it. Least favorite dungeon, Stockades. I mean, it's
Stalker.
Stockades. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
yeah,
lame.
it's
There's
bad.
not any cool
You know, there
bosses.
was supposed to be a bigger version of Stockades, right? Like it's a
Really?
stock. There's a Giga version. Yeah, it's like in the game, but they never like ended
Oh,
up launching it.
I never knew
Yeah,
about
Stockades
that.
is kind of bad.
I
It's an
like
efficient
that.
dungeon, But yeah, it's just overall like mid, right?
Yeah, it's very mid. Damn, BRD, huh? You're the first person ever to say BRD, I feel like.
I love BRD. I will. I'm a, so the thing is, I used to hate BRD, but
Hmm.
it's like wine, bro. The more you, it's like I have so much appreciation for the BRD and what it is for the game. Well, how much incorporates with it. You know, like crafting sulfurous. You know, it's part of molten core. It's just insane. Like you
You're
can. It's like
right.
such a
Yeah.
2004 thing. Like it's just full aura dungeon. You know,
It is.
so
And
cool.
then you get like these two torches to light up the braziers to open the gate. Like
I mean,
there's
it's
just
way
so
too cool,
much
bro.
to it. They
It's
also
unfair.
have
Like it's on its own tier. Like for me, it's
okay.
wow.
It's almost like a
I love it.
mini raid where you like back then you would split the runs and you wouldn't do everything in one day. That's how we did it. Me and my brothers, we would do like
Oh,
one wing and that would take the whole entire day. And we would do like
people used to zone into MC from BRD. Can you imagine 40 people in BRD running into Molten Core?
that's crazy, man.
Like, I love BRD. I don't think we're gonna see anything like that though in C plus. Like, they're gonna add dungeons for sure, but BRD level, I don't expect that. Like, I don't think, and a lot of people don't like BRD, right? Like, it's that's why it's a weird answer. It's just most people prefer like faster dungeons, which is completely fair. By the way, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But for an experience and like how much replayability you can get out of BRD, it's like it's
And
my
if you're
favorite.
in
You know?
alliance, you could do the quests too, right? For the Onyxia, it's sick, man.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to die to get the quest for the key. It's
Yeah,
just so cool, you know.
it's
It
so
sucks on
cool.
hardcore, but they added like the thing, right? But
What are your proudest accomplishments
proudest comments in WoW, you mean?
in life, general?
I'd say like getting first 60 in WoW. You
Hmm.
know, definitely like very proud of that.
Yeah.
Getting Gladiator in Shadowlands.
Okay.
Moving out and like you know, kind of getting my own place, renting out, right? Like I was pretty
Mm,
proud of that because most people in Malta they live with their parents till like 30 years old. It's
yeah.
normal. So like moving out early was kind of cool. It's like being independent. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Getting a couple cats and raising them and you know, like I love being a cat dad. I guess you know it's nice.
Same.
You're proud about that. I really liked getting 99 saving in OSRS. Like it was
Mm.
ridiculous. A lot of people didn't think I was going to do it. I didn't think I was going to do it,
You're one of the
but it was
early
kind of cool.
ones, right? Was it page 2 you
I was
said?
front page for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I was
I
like
remember seeing
17
you on like
save.
number 7 or 4. I forgot, but I remember seeing you. I was like,
It was crazy. Like, dude, there was a Reddit thread just saying good things about me just because I did that. They were like, "Who is this guy just like competing on this?" Because I wasn't trying. It's just like I felt that fresh old
yeah.
me, like wanting to, you know, like, it's like I still kind of got it right. Like it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun, and it was for the first time we are all leveling together in OSRS, and we're not like these guys are all 99. We all started at 1, so it was really cool. That's like
All
that's
right.
the first time that happened in OSRS since like 20 years. I guess like when it came out technically, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, like it doesn't they don't launch a skill every year, Savix, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to be there and experience that
What place did you
sailing.
finish?
I don't recall. Like it was definitely top 50 Ironman. But like once I got that front page, which was top 25, I like chilled. Like I took like a day off basically, and
Yeah.
I was not
I
even gonna
remember that.
finish, and then I ended up finishing the day after that. Yeah, so it was like top
Dang.
50 or
I
something.
wonder you probably could have finished like earlier if you did. But yeah, you did take a break. You weren't like
It was getting harder though. Dude, I was like sleeping 4 hours a day and waking up like 10 ranks lower and like barely going back up because like problem was Savix, I couldn't get the gigaboat, you know,
mm.
because I didn't have high enough what's it called, wood cutting,
Oh,
so you
no
could get like a redwood
way.
rosewood hull. That was it called, rosewood hull, and it's way faster, man. It's like a
No
Ferrari. So my
way.
boat, dude. But you know what was cool when I
No way.
went to
You
that
did
like
it with the downgrade.
no, but most to be fair, all Iron Man did it with downgrade because you could not
Okay.
just farm. It was not where to farm the nails, but compared to the mains, they were like shoom shoom. So there'd be some guy, he's like not even doing the race good, but he's like way faster. He's like
Yeah.
so yeah, it was like a little demotivating in the end, but I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm pretty proud of it. It was like a random thing. It only took like 6 days.
I think you were the most impressive leveler in OSRS as the WoW. They called us implants, right? I do think you were the most
Yeah.
impressive grinder in terms of skilling.
I was like a skiller
You
basically.
were
Like I didn't get
crazy
that
at
much
that.
into like the mechanics of the game. Like I was not really that good at combat or like doing inferno stuff
Mm.
like that. But I loved I mean, it's just I love farming. I like farming herblore. They're so good. Like
Dude, no,
it
I
matters, man. Your professions matter in that game.
no,
Like you
I
feel the impact.
yeah, yeah, you do. It's such a good game. And I remember talking to Kuza, I was like, bro, I'm pissed. I wish our game was like this.
Dude, this is relevant. Okay, I
Okay.
was having ramen yesterday with one of my friends who's
Mm.
like a big RuneScape guy,
Okay.
and he was telling me he was watching his IRL friend who is an Iron Man
Mm.
getting 86 herblore and then using a pie to boost his herblore to 90 and make his first ever super combat potion, which is like defense, attack, and strength. And this guy's just watching his friend doing this. This guy has a max K, by the way. He's 99 everything, my
Okay.
friend. But he was like, dude, I felt high watching my friend do this. Watching my friend accomplish this goal and create this flask. It meant that much to him. No, he's not even the one playing,
Yeah,
and that's because of what it takes, Savix, to reach that. It
exactly.
means something. And WoW doesn't have much of this anymore, but it would be really cool to see stuff like that, right? Like, but
I would
it's, yeah,
absolutely
obviously
love
it takes a lot
that.
of blood, sweat, and tears. But it's just
No, in
talk about
some ways,
RuneScape, bro.
it's
It's
like
just
a
crazy.
revered thing. You would like salute them as like, damn, you're an OG. You put in the grind. Like you get to know that, right? As the players.
It's respect. People
Yeah,
respect
it's a
things,
respect.
like,
You
hey,
put
this
in the
guy's an Inferno
time.
cape. They respect it. He did that.
I really hope they have some Mage Tower solo boss fights like Firekeep and Inferno.
I don't know if they will right away, but I'm pretty sure they will do stuff like that.
Along the
Like,
time, I'm gonna, dude, we're gonna have to beg them.
we gotta do one of these Savix, like
Hmm.
after they announce the stuff. What do you think? And then like be like, how was your reaction? Like make like bring like three guys
I'm
and then
down.
like everybody's react. That'd be
Yeah.
great content.
No, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do too. After that, I want to get like a couple of dudes and have fun talking about it. We're gonna nerd out so much, bro.
Dude, I love yapping about this stuff, man. It's fun.
Same.
Yeah.
It's our game, you know. It's our
Yeah.
game. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you that you wish you learned earlier?
You gotta think a little bit more about what you're doing. Don't just act purely on emotions. Just wait a little bit and like think about something. Even sleep on it. It's very easy, I think, to lose control of yourself, like getting like mad or whatever. Then you act and you kind of regret something, right? So, and that goes for anything. Like, it's very easy. So I think just staying a bit more calm, analyzing the situation, and then acting accordingly, not just acting right away. I'd say like that's kind of what I've
Mm.
learned a lot. Especially with streaming, because like there's a lot of emotions going on. Like there's a lot of reactions and stuff, and it's
Oh,
very easy
dude.
to
Yeah.
go crazy. Like in OnlyFans, this happened a lot. OnlyFans, like it
Yeah.
was so many people like chat hopping, and it's like, okay, I gotta control myself better and like be careful what I want to say, because I make this mistake all the time though. I still like say what I shouldn't say, but
Hmm.
it's hard. But definitely like try to be better. Try to
Yeah.
not overreact to things, I guess.
It's really hard and you don't realize it until you watch it back. Yeah, I
Things
could
look a lot uglier.
yeah.
When you watch yourself from
Yeah.
the past, stuff like that, it's like, damn, I
Yeah.
can't believe you used to do stuff like that. But it's how it goes.
And it kind of sucks
Yeah.
because like you still grow as a person online, but people just might think of you of what you've done in the past. Where like if it's your friend and you know they changed, you accept it. But if you're just like
Yeah.
a guy that hops around Twitch chat and whatnot, they might not know and they still might think like, oh, that guy's a bad guy and whatnot, right?
It
When
happens the
people
other way
change.
around, Savix,
Is it?
where people are
Mm.
are like, "Oh, you used to be cooler. You used to be like this." Like I have people like nowadays are like, you're not as like funny anymore." Like they kind of like a certain version of myself. But if I'm not acting like that anymore, then they're not happy. But like you can't be a person for others. You just gotta kind of. It's kind
Yeah.
of how you just grow older. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
was 22 now I'm 29. Like 7 years is a
That's
long
a long
time.
time.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
change, but you still kind of like yourself. It's just like a different version, I guess. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a good lesson. I like that. What's life after streaming?
I have no idea, man. Maybe like some YouTube stuff, like making like videos about just random stuff like history. Like I'm obsessed with like history, I like watching stuff like that, like documentaries. So
Mm,
maybe one of those people just making like, here's like the story of this like civilization, but it'd be like kind of like chill, retired stuff, right? But I don't really
Okay.
think much of that though. I feel like streaming is such a big part of my life right now that I don't really have like a plan after it. But
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, like it's a good thing to think about. But that'd be my answer around just some YouTube stuff,
Okay.
like chill like videos.
No, I do see you as one of the guys that are like a family to your community. And I
Hmm.
know there's streamers who treat it like business or they just clock in, but I do feel like you
Yeah.
show up for your community. And the way like you guys
Hmm.
banter, you guys are like siblings. They all spam kick W's and you guys have your little
Yeah.
jokes. And yeah, I could say like you really care about your community and your stream. And I
I
think
mean, it
you're
is crazy. Like you
mm,
see the same people in chat every day, like same
yeah.
names, and they just show up every day. Like it's so
I
you
say
do
it
appreciate that a lot.
right, right. Very thankful for it too. I say it in a way where it's
Yeah.
like they're like classmates in school, right? When you go, you're like, "Hey, what's up,
Hmm.
Jacob?" or like James, and then it seems like that where your homies are just coming by, even if it's for like a second and say
Yeah.
hi. Like it's an old name you remember, and people might think like, "Oh, these streamers don't care," but it's like, dude, you remember the
Yeah.
OGs. Like you know people from like day one, or they type a lot, or they've been there at special
Yeah.
times. You
Now I
remember them.
recognize the names, not all of
Yeah.
them, but like sometimes like oh I haven't seen this guy in like a few years, but I
Mm.
recognize that name. Like
Yeah.
he was there when I was doing this. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
cool. It's cool. I mean, you have a community. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like getting parasocial though with viewers. I try to
Mm.
be careful with that,
Yeah.
but I think most people kind of get it, right?
Coming back this stream because I've been taking a break, right? Coming back, I'm gonna try to be less parasocial. I think I've been like way too parasocial.
Yeah.
It's been the opposite way where like I'm becoming friends with literally everyone and I'm getting like too close and then like I get messages sent like daily and I feel bad not replying, but it's to a point where it's like almost
Oh shit, you're like that. Yeah,
I
I
try to
don't have
reply to
that
everyone because it
problem.
feels bad, but I've been restricting
Yeah.
myself from replying to every single people that DM me because when I was younger, I was trying to like get Bajiro's attention, like slash wave slash salute in battlegrounds and say hi, and he would just walk off with his mouth. And I was like, damn, these streamers, right? I still understood though, because like a lot of people try to talk to him and he just wants to play the game, right? But because that hurt me, I try to like slash wave or whisper back to everyone. I've been a little bit better at it, but coming back, I'm gonna be a little bit harsher. It might seem mean, but I have to do that.
I think it's good to do that, Savix. Like you have to be careful because
Yeah.
those people like it's kind of like on them, but they get led on, and then like
Mm.
when they realize, oh, this is just, then they feel bad about it, right? So I've had to deal with that a lot in the past. So that's why
Mm.
I've been like
Gotcha.
I just tell people how it is, like this is how it is.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate people that show up every day and just like have fun in the chat, right?
Yeah, it's cool,
So
man. Last question, Joker. What do you want people to remember you as? Joker D.
I've never thought about that. I don't know. It's some dude that like I don't know, made some people laugh. Maybe it just like made someone feel a little bit better about themselves. Like just brought some like happiness to a brief moment. I just try to be not like instead of entertaining, just like I don't mind people laughing at me. Like I've always kind of been like that guy, even in school, like kind of make jokes, and like be a bit of a clown. I don't really mind it. So if people are having fun, that's all that matters to me. So it's bringing a little bit of happiness, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah,
Brother, that was awesome of you to come on. Um,
no problem. Dude, it was fun.
you killed it. I thought you would be tired and not have
Thanks,
energy,
man.
but you brought on the full self and you
Nah,
spoke
it's
well.
good. I had a bit of second wind. So when you got those classic plus questions, Savix, it was like, oh my god, here we go. Because I was like, yeah, talk about my life and stuff. I'm like, okay, I can do it. But like, oh my god, now this is my realm of expertise. I know more about Classic Plus, a game that doesn't exist, than about my own past, bro. Can you imagine? It's true. It's true.
Okay.
How? I didn't
Okay.
even know.
So this is something that I'm kind of glad you mentioned because a lot of people say like, oh, these streamers are only in it for money, but this is the passion like
No,
you
it's
guys have. Like this is not just for the money. This is for the love of the game, man.
no.
It truly
Dude, like
is.
the best entertain, like the best your stream is when you want to play the game. If
Mm,
you're playing a game just because you get money from the game, it's just gonna be like a job at
doesn't
that
work like
point,
yeah.
right? Like a normal job at that point. Like, but if you're actually interested in the game, you wanna know what's gonna happen with it, you wanna play it. It's like then you're just having fun. So yeah, we're excited about Classic Plus because it might be something really good. But yeah, playing, let's say, Burning Crusade again or Wrath again, Vanilla again, like, yeah, I'll probably do it, but it'd be more because it's what I do than because I want to do it, if that makes
Mm.
sense. Now, there is definitely passion. I mean, you can tell, right? And
Yeah,
most people,
I love.
they'd be interested in what they're doing.
Yeah, we love WoW. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call.